Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is Genshin Impact.
Ah, you're here. We should get going then. Xavier and the others should be filming soon.
How's it going? Have you managed to figure out the location of your home yet?
I've narrowed down a few potential locations.
Great stuff.
We just need to take a sample from each one. Once the equipment analyzes them, we should know the exact location and where to find the entrance.
Great! We should get started then.
Okay, very cool. They released all these acts in at one time, it seems. Because oh my god, we're right in the water. I can't, again, I said it's like settled in, which it has. It's settled more in that we are like with Sandrone now, right? It has. It definitely has.
Let's get a move on.
But it's still strange, right? Do you guys get that feeling too, where it's like, yes, it's like settled in more. Like I'm 80% of the way there, but there's still 20% of my brain that goes like, my brain just doesn't register fully. You know what I mean?
That should do it. Let's head back. The filming should be just about done. We made good time. We might even know the location by the end of the day.
Fantastic.
You sound pretty happy about that.
Paimon's so cute.
Do I? I suppose I've just had enough of these anomalies I've been dealing with. The sooner I can fix them, the better. Anyway, enough chit-chat. We have work to do. Oh, but let's head in through the side door. I don't want to run into the crew on the deck.
Okay. Yeah, we know we're trying to avoid everyone for now. That's cool, just showing us like a little bit of a montage of us checking stuff out to show we're still working on this too.
All right. Now we just need to wait for the results.
Sure thing.
Since we have some time to kill, I suppose I might as well see how this aquarium of yours is coming along. You seemed quite enthusiastic about it.
I haven't done
all.
anything, I'll be honest with you.
It's really coming together.
I haven't done a thing. I usually save all the mini games to the last day, I'll be honest with you, Sandrone. Act 2, those we have lost. Wait. Oh, no. It's okay. Okay. The first quest was called, like, I think it was like, we'll meet again, or like, where we meet, or something like that. The second quest being like, those who we lost, I was like, wait, no, who are we losing? And I was like, well, like, we are trying to find Alain's home, like, and Sandrone's home, right? That would make sense in the quest line. If we are trying to find Alain's home, and we're trying to find the history of like Sandrone and Alain, then those we have lost makes perfect sense, right? At least that's what I'm thinking it is, right? That makes perfect sense. I got worried for a second, those who we lost, and I was like, okay. My aquarium's not even, look at this, Sandrone, I haven't done a thing. So you can actually, oh no, I guess we collected some stuff like the last time. What'd you think?
Oh, kind of impressive, actually.
Is that what you think? I caught a bunch of invisible fish. Invisible Joe, Invisible Jack, Invisible Charlie, Invisible Moira. They're all there.
These must be the ones we caught the first time we went underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Like it?
Like it?
It's fine, I guess. Nothing special.
You can say that again 20 more times.
Come on! It sounded like you really liked it just now.
You're that proud of it? Is this a sense of accomplishment or something?
I love Snarky Sandrone.
Well, yeah. And it's pretty.
It is pretty.
You know it's gonna be gone soon, though, right?
She's like, this is a temporary aquarium. We are shoving these fish back in the water.
What do you mean?
After the festival, this ship will be returned to the fortress of Meropide, and this aquarium will be no more.
We could keep it.
So, no matter how much work you put into this place, once the festival is over, it's all just going to disappear.
Is this fourth wall breaking away? Because like now, like it's us looking at this, like we're in the middle. Like, are they telling the player like, hey, just you work hard on this, but I'm telling you, I need you to be real. You're not gonna get this forever.
Not making the most of it when we have the chance is an even bigger waste.
But if you know it's all going to be gone one day, why even bother?
Interesting question.
Well, because...
And especially since like Sandrone, like his character, not only losing Alain, but then also like, people lost her. Columbina lost her. And you could relate that to the idea of like, people losing Sandrone, people losing Rosaline. Remember, like they had the beautiful tea party there in the final gift or the last gift trailer, or the animated short when like they all had the tea party together, and you could say the same thing. It's like, well, if you know it's all gonna be gone, why have a tea party? You know, it's like, because in the moment, even though things change and things will change forever, and after that tea party, everything did change forever. They'll never have a 4-way tea party ever again with those gals and everyone together. So once everything, you know, it's like you could make the same argument about anything in life, but the reality is like, if you think about that in the way of life of everything, you'll never have any really beautiful experiences, because yes, everything comes to an end eventually.
Because you still get to keep the things you gain along the way. And those are things that can
exactly,
never
and
be
that's
replaced.
exactly, the Traveler said it in a way better and more succinct way than I did.
Doesn't that make losing them even harder?
Yes, but again, it's relating it so hard to Sandrone's story, especially I think with Alan as well, right? The idea of losing that person too, and then also Alan giving them a second chance at life, where it's like, this should be the opposite of Sandrone's thinking, which is like, I've been given a second chance, and even though I know what death feels like and I know what the end feels like, and I know eventually I will die again, at least I can like make the most of life now.
Well, if you put it like that. But the happy memories we make along the way last
Hell yeah.
forever. You just have to take a more glass half full perspective.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it's with anything. Like, you know, it's like, take this Genshin playthrough, man. Like, there's these, by the way, these like Genshin videos like still like have like such a beautiful dedicated audience as well. And so it's not about the audience. I hope it doesn't make it sound like that. What I'm saying is, like, at the time, it was such a special experience to play Genshin, to catch up to Genshin, because it was like a year-long playthrough of just like 4 videos a week. It was a crazy time, right? But the way you look at it is not like, oh man, I missed the year-long playthrough. It's, man, look at all these new experiences we've had in the past year and a half. The Flower Festival, Nod Karai, the summer event, the lantern ride, this quest. It's like, you have to look at it that way, where it's like, yeah, do we miss the year-long playthrough? It's like, no, yes, but I also still have such beautiful people watching the videos. I also still get to have so many new experiences. And I know it's different from like experiences like, but it's like, yeah, man, like, it's like, of course, like every day we're gonna think, I'm gonna think once about like, oh man, remember that playthrough? That was crazy. But then it's like, man, I'm playing this beautiful event now on time, the week it comes out. Glass half full.
Not to mention,
Always.
everything we do here is going to be on film, so it'll still live on in some shape or form.
Not even glass half full, by the way. I think it's glass like 80% full, because I choose to believe that, like, whilst again that playthrough was like one of the greatest times ever, it's like I'm still having such a beautiful time at Genshin. It's like, you know, it's the fact that I'm like with you guys. It used to be you guys with your hand on my back, and now like it's like we're holding hands walking towards the future, you know?
And when you look back on it, only happy memories will come to mind?
Sometimes.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
So it's about finding joy in the process itself.
Oh yeah.
A traveler? You're back already?
See, Lolly changed. Again, such a great, even like this design is even fantastic as well, isn't it? She's such a pretty design.
What's wrong with that? You say that like it's terrible news or something.
Hey.
How did you get here? I didn't see you on the deck.
Side door.
Oh, never mind. We need to help Miss Guillotin hide ASAP. The crew is heading over here to shoot any second.
It's so interesting seeing Lolly be like someone's worker bee. It's like, it's so weird. It's weirder than Sandrone being alive.
What? They should be done by now.
There was a mishap earlier that cost them some time. I was waiting on deck so I could warn you the minute you showed up.
Yeah, mistakes happen, but like I feel like at that point they should eat the cost of that, right? It's like if they're renting someplace out, true courtesy, they should probably be like, okay, we'll shoot it tomorrow.
Anyway, you should head back to the captain's cabin right away. They're gonna be here any minute now. Ugh, finally!
Whoa!
That's a wrap for the scenes on the deck. Wouldn't have taken half as long if the wind hadn't snapped our equipment in two.
Oh, okay, that's a big deal. Okay, I thought it was just like a little tiny mishap. That's a big deal.
Uh-oh, too late.
Did you see who I thought? Did we see her? Did you guys 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 see her? Did you guys? Huh?
Change of plans then. You'll just have to hide.
Oh my god.
Hide? And where exactly am I supposed to do
Are
that?
we going into the tank?
Oh, there's a box over there. You can get
A
it now.
box?
Huh? You expect me to?
Oh my god, this look at the eyebrows.
Do I need my makeup done for the next
Yeah, look at
scene
this.
too?
Look at this, guys. It's Navia.
For For the love of...
Let me see. Maybe just a quick touch-up.
Oh, that little touch was a really nice touch.
Huh? Traveler in Paimon? What are you doing here? I thought you took the day off to take care of something.
We're back. Guys, are you telling me I get to have Columbina, Navia, and Siglali in one space? And I would say, like, even though she's not in the tippy top of tier of my favorite characters, Farina as well. Like, this is the Roamer event.
Huh? Oh, well, it didn't take as long as we were expecting, so we came back early. What about you guys? You're still not done shooting for the day?
No. We ran into an issue that, set us back. It meant Miss Charlotte's crew wasn't able to wrap either. We both still have scenes to shoot in this aquarium.
Okay.
Oh, that's not ideal. For several reasons.
Yeah.
Let us help then. The sooner we wrap, the sooner everyone can get some
Can we go talk to Navia?
All right.
Thanks, you two.
Columbina, it's no problem whatsoever. I will help you with anything you ever need.
Miss Charlotte's crew can go first.
Navia's
then.
right there!
If I'm not mistaken, you still have a night shoot later.
Can I talk to Navia?
Thanks, Director Farina. Of course. Fellow artists should help each other out where we can.
She's amazing. What an amazing person.
Agreed. Well then, camera, lights, get set up. Actors, give your lines a quick once-over. Let's try to get this in one take.
My partner's there. Wait.
All right, places, everyone. And 3, 2, 1.
If I don't get to hear Navia say partner, guys, I'm actually going to, like, flip.
So, the story ends like this.
There's Herlock. Again, I love the side hair. I love the side hair so much.
But when Duke St. Germanus departed,
Amazing.
he clearly said that everything was beyond redemption.
It's incredible how she just, you know, Oscar worthy.
Huh? That sounds familiar. Wait, it's from that novel I came across while researching the numerological array.
He's only a genius when it comes to mechanics. And everything else, he's just an ordinary person.
So where are they referencing Duke St. Germanus? Okay.
Huh? What was that noise? Whatever, I'll just fix it in
Look at
post.
Columbina sitting on the stairs over there. She's adorable.
Miss Jacoba, please don't speak
Miss
as if
Jacoba.
I were the accomplice.
Okay. Navia with the aggression.
Not so hard. This box isn't sturdy enough for that.
This is why I keep saying, don't put too much trust in Clockwork Mecha. Unlike humans, machines don't have a heart.
Stop. Oh, stop. No.
A heart?
That's right. It's what's on the inside. It's also referred to as someone's soul, or likened to free will.
Great voice as well, right?
You can think of it as a person's core, what makes them unique. In general, though, people don't believe machines are capable of having a soul.
We just had that line there as well, right? But like, man, that must hit hard for, especially like remembering Alan's words.
You said my emotion module was faultless.
It is, but that's not quite the same thing.
And why is Sandrone so cute asking these questions as well?
Do you think I have one then?
Oh,
A heart?
she's gonna break mine.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I know so.
Alan.
The question is, do you recognize it within
Wow.
yourself?
And again, he wants to give so much agency to Sandrone all the time, right? Like, because it's one of those things where, like, he can be like, yeah, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, right? But he never wanted to do that with her. He never wanted to make her feel like she was just an automatron or a mecha that needed to be bossed around or controlled. He wanted to give Sandrone, like, the means and the mental capacity and the motivation to have her own existence. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
That's where you're wrong.
Oh my god. that was the most aggressive chill tilt I've ever seen in my life. Navia. What a inspired choice.
I can't believe this. Voicing telling me to hide in a box and listen to this drivel. Me.
You of all people, again, who knows a lot about mecha as well.
In the end, clocks tick through
Jacoba?
tranquil years. Fish swim in crystalline springs. No matter how grand a dream is, it will fade away like this. Forlorn, wordless, silent.
Actually, really good stuff by Emily here. Really good stuff. Actually, no, Navia's still the best.
And cut. That was a long one. What did you think?
Well, yeah, it was a long scene. Lapine, come on.
If she makes them do another take, I'm going to flip a lid. And not just the one to this box.
Well, there were some weird audio things going on, but acting-wise, it was great. It's a keeper.
Yeah, and also if you're behind schedule and you're, again, as you're behind schedule and you're using someone else's space, I do believe that 100% you definitely need to, like, you know, like, get past that stuff.
Perfect. That means
I can get out of this box.
It's our turn.
Oh, yeah. Look at these two. Why are they all just the sweetest characters who ever lived? Oh my god. I love that she's like cutting out of the frame almost as well. Look at this.
Camera operator, set up for the next
Look at the
scene.
traveler and Paimon's face. Because they know what's happening right now. Oh, but we get to see Columbina acting, so.
In this one, our protagonist peruses an aquarium in a foreign land and gets swept up in memories of her friend. So, in terms of lighting, that's the vibe we're going
Wait,
for.
and Sandrone is going to be
Got
privy to
that?
all of this as well.
Shoot, Paimon thought there'd be a break and Sandrone could slip away. What are we gonna do now?
Guess we're just going to have to hang in there a little longer. There's this not we can do right now.
break a leg.
Yeah, the outfit's growing on me, by the way. The Charlotte outfit. I think it's just the hat, like, put me off a little bit with the blues and stuff, but, like, the actual, like, it's as more and more I see it, it is growing on me a lot more. I think Charlotte's just cool in general, but I think it's just what happened was, because I think the red burgundy kind of design on Charlotte is perfect. I think, you know, it took a little bit of time to get used to this design. I don't think it's not my favorite outfit for sure, but like I think the hair is amazing, as I said, and the front facing outfit with the skirt is really cool. It's just the hat put me off quite a bit.
Yep, we're headed off to shoot our next scene.
Say partner. What? This is every Navi. I know what people say, Calvin, you met her like a few months ago. She's in like 20 quests per year. Yeah, that's not enough. No, Navia. It's not enough. It's not enough.
All right, quiet on set. We're about to start rolling. Ready, Miss Columbina?
I'm bitter. I'm bitter, guys. You okay?
Miss Columbina?
I think she would like this.
Oh.
Quick, we should roll on
Oh,
this.
Farina's very smart, by the way, using real emotions. Again, it should be a thing where maybe like, I don't know. Actually, you know what? Farina understands people's emotions better than anyone. She's not going to ever be like someone who's going to exploit someone, you know what I mean?
It doesn't forage with the others, or prey upon its smaller kin. Instead, it remains where it is, cradled in the coral's quiet beauty, as though the raging cyclones above are of no consequence.
Columbina. Is she describing Sandrone?
And yet, she still stood before the cyclone.
Yeah, she's. Oh, my, look at this pose as well. I mean, she does that naturally. That's why they hire her for this movie, by the way, guys. Like, she just does these like movie poses naturally. And the way, look at this as well. Like, look at the way look at it. The ripples of the water, the kind of rainbow ripples of water, like are moving up and down her as well. It's so cool. So she's describing Sandrone here. She's not just foraging from others. She doesn't work with others all the time. She doesn't prey upon anyone else who's smaller than her. She remains in her own bubble. Acting as if the people above her don't matter. Acting as if everyone's problems don't matter. But she did still face people's problems in the end.
So I think that story has it wrong.
Oh my god, she looks so stunning here. Look at this.
She is no different than us. She has a heart.
Stop! Oh my god. The hand reaching out.
Columbina.
Oh, dude, she loves you, Sandrone. She loves you. Again, every time she says her name, like she's sensing her. No way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. We have to distract her.
Uh-oh. Is she onto us?
We have to distract her. Oh, this is the box across the... There's another box opposite us as well. Oh my god. I think that's what it is.
What is she doing? Cut!
But you got some good stuff.
You okay, Columbina?
She sensed Sandrone once again. It's the box across the way. That was actually really well done by Genshin. The tension there was actually really high.
Oh, yes. I just thought...
Why don't we take a short break? It's been a long day of shooting so far.
Sure.
That last take was beautifully organic, though. We can use it as is. No need to go
She
again.
was describing her friend who, like, a lot of people believe doesn't have a heart, but she definitely does have a heart.
Thanks, Director Farina. But I'm fine to continue.
You're sure? In that case, let's shoot some quick B-roll. Then we can move to our next outdoor scene.
B-roll is like, it can be used for shots to like be like almost in between shots or establishing shots. A lot of times it can be like a street, like of people driving by. You would, I know the rest of, you know, like before you go into the Simpsons house, you have like, you know, they do a shot of like before they go into the Springfield Elementary School, they do a shot of the school, and then like they have people walking into the school. It's like that's a B-roll shot before you go into it as well. Like it's kind of like it can be used to establish things and also like, you know, show you the world as well. What an amazing scene. Because again, like it's we understand Sandrone's heart, and I feel like also like Alan wanted Sandrone to understand her own heart, right? As well, of course. And then we also have like the perspective of who knew her the best, which is probably Columbina. And Columbina describes Sandrone perfectly. Someone who acts like they don't care about this world, but like they were face to face with the Tory, with everybody else side by side in the end. It's really fantastic.
Ugh, absolutely suffocating.
Yeah, I would probably go mad in the box.
You okay, Sandrone?
No one's put me in a closet.
Right as rain.
It's a big moment there, like especially like, you know, we know how close the Sandrone and Columbina really are, and I say are because they will be again, right? I don't want to just say are. But it's one of those things where like, I love the notion that not only does Columbina understand Sandrone so much so, she also can sense her even with her powers dulled by not being around the Kuvaki energy.
Come on, let's go check the test results.
It's pretty fantastic.
It's time for me to go home.
Like, isn't that just like a great idea though, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the idea that like, how do you convey Sandrone's admiration and love for Columbina's love for Sandrone and Sandrone's love for Columbina? Have the character directly say that it is harder for Columbina and almost impossible in a lot of ways to sense the presence of people here in Fontaine because she doesn't have the Kuvaki energy around her. She's not, the whole world isn't full of Kuvaki energy. Right? And then it's just such a simple thing to have Columbina twice be like, no, I can sense Sandrone around here. I can sense Sandrone. It's just a simple way, but it's simple, but it's huge at the same time. It's a simple way of being like, yeah, she, beyond all shadow of a doubt, sensed Sandrone was there, even with her limited powers. It's just really well done. It's over here as well. Yeah, like it's just a really fantastic way of showcasing someone's love without having them both to say like, hey, I love you. You know? Just very simply put. She can sense her. She really can. And then Columbina, her love for Sandrone as well is on top of that, like knowing she has a heart.
It should be around here.
And Sandrone's love for Columbina shows very much so when Columbina does say this stuff about her, it hits her right away and you can see it in her face.
Give me some space. I'll activate the water insulating mechanism.
Whatever you need, Marionette. Whatever you need. She amazing. Sandrone is amazing.
What?
Alen, much like Renee, had long predicted that the water levels in Fontaine would
Yep.
rise.
Yep. But obviously they had different notions of how to stop it, right? And different ideas of like what they could do. Renee had very dangerous ideas in terms of his wanting to basically like consolidate everyone's mind into one big blob of blue.
Thanks to his expertise in mechanics, he was able to implement a few simple measures to protect our home from
That's so
flooding.
cool that he had like practical ideas, right? About like how, okay, flooding's coming. Let me do some practical stuff to help people live through this.
I told him there was no need, that I would just move when the water rose too high.
Oh, that's so sweet. It's like, hey, like don't worry about it, boss.
But it would seem he knew a day like this would come.
Elaine had such a great notion of the future. Not only that, but realized like Sandrone's personality is someone who would sacrifice herself eventually, just like Columnita said. Let's give her a second chance at life. He was like very good at like looking towards the future. But yeah, like there's gonna be some parts here, like if they do go over like Elaine's stuff here.
All right, the silt has been cleared away.
I know like the basics of the story of the Narcissus cruise 110%, but as I always say, guys, I like...
Go activate the mechanism for the first sluice gate. That will fill the empty middle chamber with water.
As I always say, I am also someone who like... I know like the basics, right? And at some point as well, I'll probably be able to remember more stuff as well.
All right, now turn on the drainage mechanism in front of the second sluice gate, and this chamber will become empty once again.
So if they do, because there's no doubt about they're going to be talking about Alan, right? They already talked about Renee there as well. That's so cool. That's so cool. They did that mechanism there. That's awesome. So yeah, I know the basics. I definitely remember the basics, and then maybe we'll fill in the blanks with other stuff as well. Yo, what the hell? This is like, it looks like, remember Anne's home? Okay. Again, here's the thing. It's not like, okay. It's not like it's like, oh my god, big lore dump, they have similar homes. Yeah, that's probably what homes look like for a lot of people, but like, you know, this is Sandrone's old home, but it looks like Anne's home, right? It reminds me of Anne's location, right? Like, obviously, Anne's place is bigger and it had, like, more of, like, a surrounding area to it. And you had to go into a mirror or whatever it was to see it, remember? Oh, look at the top part there where the light shines in.
Oh, this is where you used to live? It's beautiful. There's even a
I love that
garden.
they use the same architecture as the place we visited Anne, right? Because, again, that's what Fontaine homes look like this, right? I want to make that clear. Fontaine homes do look like this. If you go up, like, into the hills, they do look like this. But, again, it's just a setting with like the flowers and like the kind of like cave like area. It reminds me of Anne's place quite a bit.
Back when I lived here, it was my job to tend to the potted plants and flower beds. Still growing strong even after all this time. Who would have thought?
I mean, you guys get it too, right? This gives strong like Anne locations.
If the weather was nice, I would take Alen out in his wheelchair and we would go for a walk. Before long, we started bringing Polonia
Sounds
along
lovely.
too.
There's even one of these like gazebos too.
Come to think of it, I was the only one who could get around easily back then. Polonia always got stuck at some point, and it was up to me to launch a rescue mission.
They just sound like happy. Yeah, they sound like good memories.
Happy? I suppose they were. Uneventful, but pleasant. Repetitive, but peaceful. It was like living in a world where time didn't exist.
That's contentness, though. That's a nice feeling to have.
Of course, that was all just an illusion. Death still awaits all of us.
This
at the
adds to the
end.
conversation they had at the start as well. Remember, they talked about the idea of death as well, where they said, like, you know, she was, well, not even the start, just like a little bit ago, where she was saying that, like, you know, what's the point in like doing all this stuff? We know death is going to await us at the end. But again, that ties into Sandrone's story. She was given a second chance at life because Alan believes that there is value in life and value in Sandrone. In my view, finding that life for herself as well. Calling these things an illusion because death waits at the end, like, defeats the purpose of what those moments were. They're moments that you can carry with you forever. And again, moments are fleeting. We talk about this all the time. We just already talked about this. But those moments are still amazing and they should still be loved.
Oh,
Like, again, she lost Alan. We lost her. But again, that doesn't change the fact that, like, you know, the moments, that tea party they had together with the Fatui Harbingers is one of the best times ever, you know?
All right, enough standing around. Let's head inside.
This is going to be very interesting, honestly. I mean, just to go to Alan's home is going to be fantastic anyway, right? But yeah, the reason why this definitely reminds me of like the Anne location. The kind of cave setting definitely reminds me of it too. But there was kind of like a moat around the Anne version. These type of flowers definitely remind me of that too. But I think that the thing is though, like I think Fontanian homes were like this and are like this. There's a light on, by the way, which means someone's home. There's a light on. Wait, what? Wait, there's lanterns everywhere, though. Maybe that's just like the setting, though. You never know. That could just be maybe like it was always like lighting or whatever. Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, if I remember Anne's home, the house was this way. Then there was a gazebo over this way. There was like a trough and like a shed at the back. So it's a little bit different, of course. But still, it reminds me of the Anne location. Imagine someone was home. Yeah, there's lights on.
Yep, this place is exactly how I left it. Nothing has changed.
All right, Sandrone, I have something to give back to you.
What is it?
Your notebook.
Huh? How did you get... Oh, Arlecchino gave it to you,
Oh my God.
didn't she?
Arlecchino's gonna flip, man. She would quietly flip, right? Arlecchino loved Sandrone.
And you... read the whole thing. Just so you know, a lot of that was written a long time ago. At that very desk, to be exact. Anyway, since you've already read it, you should just hold on to it. I can always start a new one.
Is that motivation to start a new one? Does this not matter to you? Not that it doesn't matter, but is it not something special to you?
Well, feel free to look around. I'm going to start looking for the gift Alen mentioned. Oh, but be careful with the stuff around here. I'm not saying you can't touch anything. Just try not to choke on the dust.
So we've established that the
Coffee.
gift...
Tea.
That she believes the gift was to let her live again, right? To let her live another life. But she wants to look for the gift here as well, so she can fully understand exactly what was left behind for her as well, right? Which I think is a very great notion as well. Examine the desk. Some sort of mechanical workbench covered in all sorts of tools. Nothing a novice like me could make heads or tails of.
This was Alen's workbench. Later on, of course, it became mine.
Bro, you were his daughter. You were like straight up, like you were his daughter.
It's where both Polonia and I were brought to life.
Oh, yeah.
Before Alen was bedbound, this is where he would teach me about mechanics. I would sit and listen, chiming in with questions here and there.
That's so sweet. That sounds so sweet.
Later on, when he got too sick, I took over and would work on Polonia here.
Great stuff, right? And I love the idea if that's what we're going to get right now. The idea of her just like showing, like talking about different things about her history. Yeah, that was his daughter, man. The way like she talked about it there as well. Like she took over the workbench afterwards. Like I think like they have made Alan like his. And we said this before, his influence on the world is one of the best influences on Fontaine ever. Like, it can still be seen today with all his mecha work. He made Fontaine, like, literally a better place. You know, he did. And he made Sandrone, so the world is, like, you know, a better place with her in it. It's pretty amazing, right? It's pretty amazing how, like, continually they just make Alan to be, like, one of the most, like, likable people in history. You know? A few old toys that appear to be math-related. There are also some complex mathematical puzzles on the table.
Oh, I played with these when I was little. During the first few months after I was created, I mean. At first, Alen and I would play together, but it didn't take long for me to become unbeatable. So, Polonia and I played together instead.
That's very sweet. Again, this is also cute. It's actually so adorable.
Yeah. These don't look like Paimon's kind of games.
I mean, you're so smart. What are you talking
Logic
about?
and math puzzles? Those
Actually-
happen to be my specialty.
Actually, I don't mind math puzzles sometimes, but like math is less the devil to me. And no, not the devil, because I think the devil is cool. Math is just not nice for me.
It's been so long. What do you say? Should we play a few rounds?
Sure, you pick the game.
Let's go with this one. The gears on the left are stacked from largest to smallest. The goal is to move them to the other side in the fewest number of moves. Just remember, you can't stack a bigger gear on top of a smaller one.
Oh. Oh, really? Okay, so only move one gear at a time. Small gears must stay on top? How does that work? Oh, okay, we can try this out here. So if I go... No, I already failed. Oh, we can't move that there, yeah, so... We can't move that there either. Can I restart? Can I restart? Retry. Okay, so I started with this. Move that to there. I feel like that's like correct in some ways. And then we can move these back the other way, like this. Maybe move that one over there. So small gears must stay on top. We have to. Where do we have to move it to? We can move it to the middle. Okay. Okay. I'm back where I was before. Let's retry. Yeah, I'm never really great at these puzzles. Maybe put that there. Doesn't make any sense. I feel like the starting point is correct. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, show me. Yes, thank you.
Need help? You seem stuck.
Help, please. Help, please.
This should go here.
Show me.
Then this here. And done. Well, what did you think of the game?
It was fun. I was just letting you do it.
You showed quite a bit of promise, too. We should do this again sometime. There are other puzzles we could try.
Sure. Yeah, I was just letting you do it. I was just letting you do it. You know what I mean? I was just letting you guys do it. I'm going home. I'm leaving. I don't know. My mom said I gotta go for dinner. Your dinner's not usually 6. I gotta do homework. It's
Old
summer.
Notes.
My auntie's coming over for dinner. I gotta go. Some yellowed piece of paper and what looks like letters.
Oh, these are some of Alen's drafts from his later years. Just casual doodles, really. And these are just some unimportant letters. I couldn't be bothered to sort through them before I left.
Yeah, this is really sweet. Just seeing her like reminisce about all this old stuff. Even in the simplest of forms, because that's the whole point, isn't it? Even if it's like this stuff seems rather, trivial. Look at this. Renee on the right? Oh my god, Renee. Then there's Jacob? Is that Anne? And then Alan.
Wait, the people in this picture
It's
look
the babies we
kinda
saw.
familiar.
We saw the baby photo before.
Oh, this was taken when Alen and Renee were both still at the Fontaine Research Institute. Before their falling out.
With their disagreements about what happened with what Alan was doing, which what Renee was doing, as you would disagree as well. You know what's so cool too? It's such a small touch. Sandrone is sitting on the side of the couch, shows a familiarity with the room. She's able to casually just drop herself down there as if it was nothing.
In his later years, Alen would often sit by the fireplace and stare at this
Oh, that's
picture,
painful.
wearing an expression somewhere between guilt and longing.
I mean, probably wanting to see them again. Also, the guilt probably comes from maybe he thought he could do more to stop Renee from doing his crazy plan.
He said he sometimes regretted not helping his friend when he needed
Yeah.
it most. Even if just to stop
Exactly.
him.
And that's what exactly I was thinking. It's like sometimes you do feel the guilt. Maybe I could have done more. And we all like have situations, small or big, where we feel like, oh, I could have done more, It's very difficult. Beautiful picture, though. Beautiful picture.
Wow, this house is filled with so many memories. It's so cozy and charming.
It is a very cozy place. Like, imagine sitting in front of the fireplace there.
You should have seen it in its prime, when people actually lived here. A lit fireplace, a steaming cup of coffee. That's the real deal.
Genuinely sounds incredible. Genuinely sounds so freaking nice.
You know, we also used to have a mechanical piano that Alen built.
What happened to that?
Ooh, help! Chic!
Chic.
Alen never played it much. He probably wasn't able to at that point. But I managed to teach myself. Music theory is essentially math after all. Once you learn the patterns, it's not really that difficult.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that me doing tablature is math, because it's not, okay? I don't do math when I play the guitar. Actually, legitimately, art can be math. A lot of artists use math to find the perfect ratios for their paintings. This is something that happened throughout history. Math is something that does go into music in the modern terms as well, 100%. I hope it never sounds like I'm being like, math is dumb. I more just mean like, for me, I'm not good at math. I'm really not good at math. But I love seeing that math can be used in so many different ways.
I loved perusing Alen's collection of classical music. The chords and harmonies felt like individual mathematical puzzles.
That's a very interesting way of looking at it.
It was fascinating. So I did some composing as well. But as Alen continued to deteriorate, even the sound of music began to grate on his nerves.
Oh,
So I got rid of the piano.
I'm sorry, but that is so painful, right? Because that shows that, again, adding to the story beforehand of the idea of oh, what's the point, right? What's the point if you're going to go towards that? The thing that they once loved now became something that annoyed this person. And guys, I know this is again, I always use analogies of very, grounded, things that everyone can understand, because then it helps me understand too, and me think through my thoughts also. But have you ever had the flu? And the food that you once loved, did you try it and it tastes horrible? The stuff that you used to love, actually, I'll give you an example. This week, I had a toothache, right? And I turned on a video of a YouTuber I adore. And because I was in pain, I was like, Jesus Christ. I remember thinking to myself, why are they talking about this topic? Or why are they talking so, it was something why are they talking so loud? Or why are they doing this? And I was I almost instantly thought what? I love this guy. I never thought this before. And again, when you're in pain or when you're sick or whatever like that, you are not yourself. You are just not yourself. And multiply that by by 1,000, someone dying. The love of hearing this piano now becomes something that becomes grating. And again, adds to that idea of like, what's the point in life if the things that you love are eventually going to like fade away and they're going to die and you're not going to feel as special anymore.
Aww.
You know? It's painful.
Back then, I assumed a piano was like an ordinary clothing rack. Commonplace in every home and easily replaceable. It was only after I left that I realized how hard a good piano is to find.
Pianos are expensive as well, man. They're so expensive. But yeah, that's such an interesting perspective too. The fact that Marionette, like her whole life was like in this building. Like her whole life was based around Elan. That when she left this place, it's like you get a different perspective and everything. And this is just code for her getting a perspective. It's not just about piano. It's about the idea that like she thought when she got rid of the piano, there'll be a piano somewhere else that she could get as well. It shows that like her perspective was different once she had left this space.
Enough about that. Alan's gift should be just in here. The only things undisturbed before I left were a few of his personal belongings.
Head for Alan's bedroom. Yeah, it's a great way of doing this. It really is. Man, it's a really nice home, isn't it? Really nice space.
Wait, there's a hidden compartment at the back of this box. Looks like it's locked with some kind of gear mechanism.
Oh my god, they're playing like a freaking like almost like a Fatui type song. You know? Like very dark and mysterious.
Knowing you, Ellen, I'm guessing it goes like this.
I love Paimon like taking a look.
This? Got it. Am I a genius or what?
Genius, for sure.
Let's see here. A box?
Well, you gonna open it?
Big moment for
It's
Sandrone.
heavier than I was expecting. Just how much stuff is in here?
It's a huge moment for Sandrone.
A letter? And a bunch of junk underneath it. None of it seems that important.
Are you sure?
Wait a second. This should be it.
A cube?
It's a multi-dimensional algorithmic core.
Like alchemy core?
Ellen would use it to store information. Only Polonia and I have access.
Okay.
All right. I'll start looking into the core and the letter. Feel free to go through the rest of the stuff and see if there's anything useful.
Man, I'd love to see what you come up with from this stuff too as well, because like again, Alan's like want for Sandrone to live a life, to me, like is one of the most beautiful things in the world. And the idea of like him leaving behind these gifts and wanting Sandrone to find these gifts as well, it's obviously going to add to Sandrone's story in such a beautiful way. So I'm really excited to see what that's going to be.
Okay. Hold on. There's another picture in here. This one has writing on
Oh
the back.
my god, that is gorgeous. Oh my
A
god.
snapshot of you playing among the plants shortly after you were born.
She was a baby here.
You seem to like these flowers a lot. May you grow and flourish
Man.
just as they do.
They're driving it home, but it's the truth. He wanted Sandrone. He saw Sandrone as a daughter. Like, let's be real. He wants Sandrone to grow and flourish and have a happy life.
Huh? Wow! Look how happy you are in this picture. You've changed a lot
Hey, no,
since
go on.
then, huh?
No, no, I guess so. She was a baby here, though. That's baby Sandrone.
What's that supposed to
No,
mean?
you're amazing, Sandrone. You're lovely. You're awesome. You're amazing.
Just that you come off kind of aggressive
True.
sometimes.
True.
Or, you know, annoyed at everyone around you.
True.
Well then, people should stop being so annoying.
Factual queen.
It's not like I'm the one with the problem.
Factual queen. What? Factual. 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 Why are you getting rage baited all the time? Well, maybe don't rage bait her. How about that? No, I love the way Call of Duty rage baits her. But like I love this is so Sandrone to be like, well, dead people should stop being stupid.
Of course not.
Paimon does the awkward like, oh, okay.
Oh, here's something else. Looks like a piece of paper torn out from somewhere.
I love Sandrone so much. God forbid a woman get a little angry, like, you know? Let a woman be angry.
Today, I solved another math puzzle and made a breakthrough on a construction problem the Institute has been stuck on for years. Am I a genius or
That's
what?
Sandrone as well.
No, wait, that's
Oh my god.
From now on, I should have people address me as Her Highness the Clockwork Princess.
Of course.
Unraveler
Look
of
at her
all
face.
reason.
Oh my god. This is how when you ask that you have a heart, you definitely have a consciousness for cringing at your old self. But don't cringe because it's amazing. Cringe for your old self is only just a tinge to showing that you used to be like, you know, hilarious, okay? Don't let that take over you. Right? It was funny. It was fun. It was charming. It was lovely. It was cute, okay? It's lovely. You are the kindness, the Clockwork Princess.
Nope. No more of that. I thought I tore this page out.
But it's so lovely to see that though, like, you know? Her Highness the Clockwork Princess.
You wrote this? Then how did it get... Wait, there's more writing
And
at the
Primal's
bottom.
little hands holding the sheet as well. Look at this.
You seem to have developed a distaste for this particular entry, considering I found it in the trash. I'm sorry, but I could not help but hold on to it.
Stop!
Forgive me.
He was the dad that, like, when the child is like, oh, I'm getting rid of all my old toys or something, he's like, yeah, I'll throw them out for you, and then hid them in the attic. You know? He is, like, 100% like that. Not that, again, I don't, like, I still, like, you know, when I, you know, packed away all my stuff from when I was a kid, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure if I went, you know, to see my mother about that she'd have, like, no, I think she does. I think she has the, she has like all my wrestlers, all my iWrestling action figures still there, but I didn't want to throw them out. I was just like, yeah, we can maybe store them somewhere or whatever, like, but it's really, yeah. But yeah, like, I think it's like, he was that type of dad. And again, once again, he loves this because this is something that is adorable to him, something that's sweet about, Sandrone. He loves this and adores this, right? This is something to be, like, remembered. Yeah, because he loves you. He loves you. He is that dad that would keep stuff no matter what if you tried to throw it out. 110%. Yeah. And I'm glad I never threw out, like, my wrestling action figures, by the way, because, again, it's one of those things where you can say, oh, could you pass them on to the future generation or whatever like this too? Like, none of my little cousins or whatever like wrestling, which is unfortunate. But, like, you know, it's memories. It's lovely memories. And that she is a lovely memory too.
Don't be embarrassed. Everyone goes through a phase like that.
Nonsense. I wasn't even the one who wrote that. It must have been Polonia.
I don't want to call her your highness. I don't want to just poking fun at her, but, like, you know.
That's enough. I told you it was Polonia.
If there's one thing that the Traveler loves to do, right? He just has a horde of people that he rage baits in the most adorable way possible. Whether that's Seedlali, well, it's not a horde, but like Seedlali as well. And now Sandrone. But the Traveler never means it in a bad way, ever.
You know what? We're done with this. No more rifling around in the box. Just put it down and let me read the letter.
To my little clockwork princess.
Oh, I guess it's for Polinia.
Not another word.
The Traveler's wild.
that.
The Traveler's wild, man. Like, imagine saying this right away. Like, he's so sharp with his, like, little jabs. You know? I guess it's for Polinia.
Not another word. Got that?
He's so sharp. Like, when he has those little tiny jabs, he's so sharp.
If you're reading this,
You've most likely received the gift I left for you. I just hope you didn't stumble across all this while cleaning out my effects or something trivial like that.
So this is the gift. This cube is the end. As you said, this is the gift.
I once asked if there was something you wished for. Do you remember that? I wonder if time has changed your answer.
His voice is so good.
Regardless, I have another gift. A formula that will allow you to come face to face with the anomaly inside of you. If you even still call her that.
Wait, there's an anomaly inside of you?
Why this gift? To understand that, allow me to wax poetic on the soul once again. I would ask you to stick with me until the end, but I know you will. You always have. I believe a person should be born twice over in their lifetime.
Wow.
First, there's the birth that grants us life. Then, the birth of the soul.
And like physically, right? You know, so why this gift? And it's like he's asking why, like, again, he would, why this gift in particular. What I love so much about this too is, like, again, literally she did come back to life, but like, again, he's also talking about the idea of, like, you know, the birth of the soul versus like the one that, like, when we were born originally.
It's a matter of transforming the life bestowed upon us into the life we choose
Incredible.
for ourselves. And to do that, we must look inward.
Incredible. This is what, and this lines up with everything we've been saying.
We must make a conscious choice to define the meaning of our life instead of allowing the happenstance of our existence to pass us by.
See, Sandrone, like, just because death can arrive, you have to make these choices. You have to live your life. Find the meaning of your life.
This is the process of recognizing the soul that lives within us. You are my proudest masterpiece. I told you that long ago.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
But to me, you have never been a creation or a machine.
This is so beautiful.
To me, you're just like the rest of us.
Oh.
You have a heart.
I am going to die.
In fact, some theories think of the human brain as nothing more than a machine, and thought the product of its computations. So you see, perhaps we're not so different after all. Your inner machinery is just far more advanced than most.
I have like tears welling up my eyes, guys. Like, he loved this daughter. He loved Sandrone. He wanted the best world for her and the best life for her. He wanted everything for her. He really did. Man, this Alan becomes like more amazing as the days go by.
No matter how one looks at it, the heart is a complex thing. A place where logic and reason collide with our emotions. Your computational capacity allowed you to become sentient and develop logical reasoning. But it also granted you something that, on the surface, might seem contradictory. Emotion.
Emotion, because it's like it contradicts the idea of logic, right? But like that's what it's. I feel like that's like as he's saying there as well. It's like that's like a mix of like what being human kind of is, right? There is emotion, but there's also logic there as well.
Emotions and logic often clash with each other, and those instances of discord can accumulate over time. That is the source of what you refer to as the anomalies within you.
So this, when he's talking about anomalies within Sandrone, it's the discord between logic and emotion.
As you told me once, you've always known what you don't want. Yet you've never wished for anything in particular.
God, I just think so. I'm so emotional because I can hear the love for this girl in his voice. You know, he loved his daughter so much.
Similar to how a blind person can feel when a part of their body is in pain without being able to fully visualize its form. Such is your relationship with your soul.
So she can feel her soul.
So, what I leave you now is this. A formula that will allow you to see the shape of your soul. For if you want to protect your heart, you must first be able to recognize it within yourself.
So to be able to see your shape, right? That's such an, again, I wonder how I know, like, I'm thinking of like Jujutsu Kaisen, right? That's what I'm thinking of when I think about the idea of the shape of a soul, but I think it might be different in different contexts, right? Like, you know, and like, I'm thinking like the shape, you know, can define who you are, right? That shape can like change how people see you even. If you change the shape, it can also like, you know, change your visual presentation and the way that you think and all this stuff as well, right? But like, I wonder if it's like something like related to that, or maybe the idea, but he says if you want to protect your heart, you have to recognize it. So he wants her to understand what her heart is so that she can actually protect it. So she can actually move forward with that heart. Holy hell.
Of course. Whether you use it is entirely up to you. You are, and always have been, free to do as you wish.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's so beautiful.
Regardless, whether by my formula or some other means, I trust you will know your heart one day.
Alan.
You always were a fast learner.
Oh.
And the smartest person I've ever known.
I'm going to die. I need a second. I need like several minutes. I need several hours. That is so beautiful. That is one of the most beautiful messages, especially since it ties so well into the story of Sandrone, the relation between her and Alan. The idea of him wanting her so badly to find her own place in life. But not only that, but trusting her. It's like not only did he want her and desire for her to have her own, to know her own heart and to know her own, to make her own choices. He trusted her so much because she also was like, you're the smartest person I've ever known. You're so smart. I know you'll get there. He thought so highly of Sandrone.
Ellen.
Oh. Cry with me. It actually might make me feel better a little bit. Not that I want to see her cry, but you know what I mean.
Oh.
You alright?
I'm fine.
This is a beautiful thing. It's a really beautiful thing.
I've already figured out how this formula works. Let's get out of here and then we can use it.
You made up your mind already? You're gonna do it?
Why wouldn't I? Resolving the anomalies within my core is the reason I came here in the first place.
Yeah, so like, again, as you said, that she can't even face Columbina until she does this, right? She wants to be able to face Columbina and the rest of her pals after she fixes this, right? And I know, like, I boiled it down to maybe more of like a more simpler term when I said like she wants to be able to function properly, but I feel like this would like help her function properly, right? The idea of like sorting out the discord within herself, the anomalies within her core, understanding her heart and seeing the shape of her own heart, and then finally being able to like realize her own heart, you know, and why she, like why she came back, you know?
No, I can do this on my own. But do you want to watch?
What do you mean?
I already know what anomaly I need to resolve. Like Alen said, she's an amalgamation of all the times my logic algorithms have clashed with my emotions.
She's? Well, no, they said she, right? They said the girl inside of you. Yeah, so it's like a physical thing, or like, I mean, maybe not physical, but maybe like a like figurative thing.
And by resolve, you mean that literally, or?
Yes.
But if you, let us in like that, wouldn't that mean letting us see a bunch of your, inner thoughts and secrets?
So we're gonna be working, like, when he said let us in, we're gonna be seeing inside of like her functions.
If what Alen said is true, then I'm about to be born anew, or
wow.
whatever. This is your chance to be lucky enough to witness it. Besides, you already read my whole diary. When it comes to keeping my innermost thoughts to myself, well, I think that ship has sailed.
It's gone. It's really gone.
How many times do I have to say it? I finally let you in as friend.
Oh,
and you want to
Sandrone, that makes me so
question
happy.
it. I'm not gonna offer a second time.
Calling us friend.
Enough with the mushy stuff. Just follow me.
Sandrone, you said friends, and you can never take it back, and we won't take it back ever. Never, ever, ever, ever. This is going to be very interesting, though, right? It's going to be so interesting. Yeah, as I said, like I know my understanding, like, is, well, my understanding is, of all this, is that when Sandrone came to life, right, this is what I was saying before, she came to life, that was like a gift from Milan. It was like almost like a, like this kind of like thing that once she died, she came back to life due to something Alan, had built inside of her. when she came back to life, that's when the final gift was kind of like maybe, and again, at first I thought the final gift was just coming back to life, but I think the final gift is like obviously just a lot more than that. It's like, yes, it's coming back to life, as we said, but the final gift is also like figuring out the full final gift is the idea of like what this is. Figuring out the anomalies within inside you, understanding your own heart. And I think spiritually also, it's the ability to move forward and choose your own life. And as we've seen that as a big theme throughout this whole thing as well, that's what I kind of see as the gift, right? It's not just the literal function of becoming back to life. That is part of it, but it's also the spiritual function of being reborn. And figuring out your own heart and seeing the shape of your own heart and becoming the person that Alan always wanted her to be. That's the way I see it. That's my perspective on the whole thing. Yeah.
All right. With the numerological array, I can construct a simple formula that will allow you to experience what I see and hear in real time.
Oh, just like St. Lolly's scent sharing technique. Been there, done that.
Sounds like that shaman has some tricks up her
I
sleeve.
love it's like that's basically like her secretary. And she's like, she could do that? Okay.
The arcane and the mathematical are both fundamental laws of this world. Being able to achieve a similar result through both isn't surprising. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. But no comments from the peanut gallery, okay?
No, whatever you need.
I know I offered, but I still don't want any interruptions.
So, she said the arcane and mathematical both fundamental laws of this world, being able to achieve similar results through both isn't surprising. I love that she said this too. Sorry guys, there was like literally like a loud like sound in the distance, and I turned around for a second. I don't know what it was, but it probably is just like maybe like fireworks or something. But like it was very faint though. I want to be clear, it was very faint. But I was like, what is that? It was because it was loud fireworks. I wouldn't have even turned around. It was kind of like, wait, what is it? You know what I mean? You hear a little bit of a sound. But anyway, yeah. I love that it's like, yeah, just because they're both like come from different things doesn't mean that they can't be like interrelated. Oh wow, look at these colors.
Is this my heart?
Inside Sandrone's heart?
No, it's probably just the result of Alan's formula.
Okay.
A space dedicated to resolving anomalies. Huh. But it looks like the walls are all mirrors? You made it. About time.
Oh, so the anomaly is like another version of herself?
Is that me? From the past?
It is a different outfit, isn't it? I don't think I ever like
You just spoke
Or is
of
it?
anomalies.
No.
Well, here I am. What happens when emotion contradicts reason? Shall we sit down and talk?
I was gonna say the hair color seems brighter. I think it's just because I was looking at the outfit from behind and then she's doing it from the front here as well, but... Oh my god, this visual as well. So when oh my god, that's so scary as well. No, it is a different outfit. So she did get a new outfit here as well. You can say, how'd you not notice that? But I guess I think I just like, I think I did, but that was like, maybe just didn't register fully, where it's like, yeah, the Sandrone's outfit is usually more yellow, but this one's more red. So was this like also a result of like what happened when she like came back to life? Fake Sandrone fan over here. But like I feel like if it was side by side right away, I would have noticed. But I was more focused on the fact that she was alive again. Yeah, so I'm not gonna beat myself up over that too much. But yeah, Sandrone is usually a yellow color. This is like more red than anything. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, so logic meets emotions. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, like 100%. Yeah, we're more red now. That's more yellow. Yeah. I feel like a fake Sandrone fan. But look, no, the way I look at it is, I was more surprised about her coming back. I did not even notice the color of the outfits. At points, I think like during this episode, there was one point where I was like, is her outfit? I thought her outfit was more sharp, but like you can see here, like there's like, if you can go up here too. It is more sharp. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I thought the centerpiece was more sharp. Yeah. So that's one thing I noticed, but I was thinking like, oh, maybe that was always there, you know? But yeah, fake Sandrone fan.
That should do it.
Whoa. Is this when she came to life?
Hello, my name is Alain Guillotin. Can you hear me?
This must be such a shocking moment.
Brings back memories, doesn't it? The time we spent here.
Here, I want you to have this.
A notebook?
Is that the notebook she was writing in?
You can use it to write things down.
I don't need to write things down. I have unlimited memory.
And this is already him, I think, trying to I don't know, give her more agency with this stuff as well.
Even so, some things are more important than others, right? You can use it to write
That's
about
amazing.
the things that matter.
Setting a distinction, so she's not just a computer that remembers everything. It's like we're writing down the stuff that is important to her.
So you wish me to carry out a basic priority sorting operation?
Again, that's not exactly what he's trying to do here.
I suppose you can think of it like that for now. But journaling is also an act of finding oneself. Much like we use wooden stakes to guide a plant to grow in a certain manner, what we choose to write down gives the soul much needed direction.
I love this as well because we play, and spoilers for Honkai Star Rail for the next 30 seconds. It's not a major spoiler, but there was a moment where a character was talking about the idea of once you write something down, it does put it to memory. It becomes important, right? It's a dedicated action of really writing something down. So really it's not a spoiler, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
In the act of choosing what to forget and what to hold on to, we decide what kind of person we want to become.
It's so interesting. I agree with that so much. It's deciding what's important to us, right?
I don't understand. Like I said earlier, I don't need something like this.
Oh my god, this is second old Sandrone.
This is where we were born. Where our life began. Mornings of tending to the garden. Afternoons spent cleaning, reading, or studying. Evenings of cozying up by the fire, listening to Alain share stories about his past. Alain,
What is it?
what are you drinking?
Oh my god, she was just a baby. Jesus Christ, the way she even, when have you ever heard a Sandrone ask a question like that?
What are you drinking?
Oh my god.
Oh, this? It's coffee. It, makes me more productive.
I love I have one coffee a week. It's and usually it's I remember I was in I was away from home for a bit and I went to this local place and I got a coffee and I didn't realize that it was really strong and I remember I got the jitters. It was a really weird time.
I want to try it.
Oh, okay. Here.
And he's so willing to just be there to take it. They're hiding his face, right?
Bitter.
Yeah, I'm a latte type of guy, you know?
Speaking of, why did you design me with senses? Taste, smell, touch.
Man, that's so lucky that she has those as well. Those are the joys of life. Taste, smell, touch, all those things.
Well, I'm not quite sure. It just felt like the right thing to do. I suppose I hoped you might have a life of your own one day.
Yes.
And that you deserve to experience all life has to
and
offer.
we know for a fact that this is something that he was so all about, you know?
Oh. Still bitter. But the smell is nice. I thought those peaceful days would go on forever.
I mean, we often do, right? It's a heartbreaking thing, but it can't last forever, right?
You know that's not possible. Maybe. But how was I supposed to know the end was just around the corner?
And now Sandrone has a lot of thoughts of that, what's the point of going on because the end could just be around the corner, right?
That was just bad luck. Was it? Well, it certainly became a pattern, now didn't it?
Of ending just around the corner?
Over time, one of the habits we picked up from Alen was a love of coffee.
That's awesome, though.
We even took to hosting tea parties.
I mean, like, that's normal. Like, for me, like, I'm a big tea drinker because, like, legitimately when I was, like, I remember how my dad, very early on with my bottle, weaned me off of my bottle. You know, you have to, and he said it actually took, like, literally, like, not even, it took, like, less than a day. Because he was just like, you know, he gave me a mug with, I didn't have tea in it, but made me think that it was kind of like tea because he drank tea as well. And he said I would drink it and just be like, it was like almost like the easiest thing in the world to do because he was like, yeah, like I just pretended there was tea in the mug and you were like all set from there and you thought you were the coolest thing ever. And you gain those things from your you know, your parents and stuff like that too. And then when like I actually would drink tea, like, you know, when I was like, you know, a little bit younger, I haven't stopped. I drink like 4 mugs of tea a day. I'm talking about mugs. You know, I love tea. And I drink like my tea brand is Lyons tea, Lyons. So I drink tea all the time. I drink tea in the morning. I drink tea at night, in the evening, at lunch. I love tea. I love tea so much.
A machine acting like a human. Kind of laughable, right?
He doesn't want that to be that way, though. You can't think of it that way.
I suppose that's just what I'm used to. Yeah, that's just what we're used to.
Hey, this place isn't half bad. Great spot for a party.
Tartaglia?
More and more people seem to be showing up
Stop.
to my tea parties uninvited. Anyone care to
We get to see
explain?
Child at the freaking at a tea party? Oh, look at her face as well, the angry face.
Can you blame me? I saw Columbina leading Capitano somewhere, and I had to see what that was
Wait, so
about.
that was Columbina leading Capitano here as well? Oh my god, Tartaglia at the tea party. This is the cutest thing ever.
I had simply asked Columbina where I might find Arlecchino. I have business to discuss with her.
My god.
And Columbina suggested looking here.
Holy freaking hell, guys. The captain is at the tea party too. Well, you know, he did go to tea parties, right? You heard about that. He did go to tea parties sometimes. This is so great. There was a commenter that said that they wish they saw the captain at the tea parties and they wish they saw it. And again, I would love to see that too. But that commenter's so happy right now. And it's also one of those things too, because again, I know why they did it for the trailer. They wanted to show the girlhood, right? Which is so strong, right? But I loved it also showing as well now the captain at Tartaglia did work their way in here also.
Tartaglia and I were unaware that this was a private gathering. Apologies for the intrusion.
Oh no.
It won't be for long.
He's so polite. He's so cool.
Whatever. Just add it to the list of annoying things that have happened today. What's one more? Since you're here, you might as well stay for a cup of tea.
This is what I'm talking about. She was like this all the time, where she was like, and this is what Columbina said about her. She's someone who doesn't care, who acts like she doesn't care about the cyclones, but will stand right in front of the maelstrom. She will stand right in front of it. She acts like she doesn't care about people, but when people come to her, she's like, I need this. You know, I need this.
See? Told you she wouldn't.
Look at you. You're so cute. Look at that side profile. Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Much obliged, Sandrone.
Such a polite man.
Well, look who we have here. Good thing I brought extra desserts.
I have chills.
This has turned into quite the occasion.
I have chills. Are we gonna get to see a full Fatui, well, the nice Fatui members, party? Wait, like, is this the first time you've seen a Sandrone, like, 3D model since Inazuma?
Capitano.
Oh my god, I had the
I
name.
was just about to go find you.
This is so great.
Pardon the intrusion. Rest assured, I won't sully your gathering with talk of work. We can have our discussion later.
Guys, look at this. Okay, Signora fans, write some letters. There's a full 3D model still. Write some letters, get her on the banner. Look at her. Write some letters right now. Look at that. Come on. Don't be mean, but write some letters. Handwritten letters, by the way. Send them to Hoyo, you know? With a kiss on the front. Lipstick. Mwah. But I'm a boy. Buck up. Boys can wear lipstick too. Kiss the letter. Stop being a baby. Kiss it, okay? This is incredible. This is honestly one of the greatest feelings ever. Because this is the Fatui have gone from a group of people that at the start of this whole entire experience with Genshin, I look back at my time with the Fatui. I was fully against them. Like, I was, and again, I can't, there's no hiding it. Like, I'm not going to act like I didn't change over time, but I feel like that's why I always had the full, beautiful Genshin experience of me being like, oh, Signora, oh, the knave, leave Farina alone. Tartaglia, what are you doing? You know, actually, I probably liked Tartaglia at the start because he was, like, much nicer at the time, too. Oh, the captain, what is he doing? You know what I mean? Sandrone, she scares me. I had all those experiences, and then I got to have the understanding of them afterwards to the point that now I'm looking at them at a tea party and I am like soaring. You know what I mean?
Spoken like a true
Write some
gentleman.
letters.
A certain unmannered 11th seat could learn a thing or two.
Is that Pantalone? Who's the 11th? Is that Pantalone?
You know, you really should start being nice.
Oh, him.
to me,
Okay,
Rosie.
sorry.
Well, I might just snatch that 8th seat right out from under
Oh my
you.
god. And we have a little bickering here too.
I'd like to see you try.
Oh my god. Like, she's clearly not as detailed as the other characters, like in some aspects. But guys, one patch. Like, you can see the shoulder blades are a little bit less defined. Or the collarbones. Write a letter. Like, come on. Write a letter.
If you're gonna fight,
This is so
take it
great.
outside. The only mess I plan on cleaning up is tea related.
Hell yeah. But no, I got to see Tartaglia and Signora bickering. My joy is unmatched today. Oh my god. And Columbina.
I still don't understand how our quiet afternoon
That was
turned
incredible.
into such a crowded gathering. One by one, people just kept barging in.
No, I'm sorry, but like I could have seen, like, they need to make, you know what they need to do? I would not have minded if they didn't go to Snezhnaya this year, right? If they stopped going to Snezhnaya and instead, you know what we got? I would actually be totally okay if they did a whole like flashback 6-part arc of all the Fatui Harbingers, and each one got their own act of how they became a Fatui Harbinger. I know we already know the stories. I want to make that clear. We already know the stories, but like getting to play through them, I would be totally fine with that. Delay Snezhnaya. I would not be I'm not that I don't want to go to Snezhnaya. I want to make it clear. I'm saying that I want more Genshin. I'm excited to go to Snezhnaya, but also I'd be like, you can delay this as much as you want if you keep giving me these amazing stories. And if you give me a flashback story, you could delay Snezhnaya, Nagarai, all these worlds. That would be incredible. That'd be incredible. It sounds like I'm like, no, I don't want to go to Snezhnaya. I'm so excited for Snezhnaya. But I'm saying that, like, I would definitely love to. I don't have to say over you guys, because I feel like one of the things that I love about my audience is, like, it's never, well, some people, right? I think 99% of you guys are not waffles and pancakes, right? Where, like, if I go, like, oh, I'd love to, I would love more than anything to see a flashback story. People aren't going to go, so you hate Snezhnaya? Yeah, I have to realize that. You guys aren't like that. Some of you, a small percentage do that whole thing. If I say, like, I love Sandrone, people go, what about Columbina? You know, people do that on the internet, right? Because they can't, for some people, they can't, like, you know, match two things in their brain where it's like, wait, you can like two things? What? So I don't have to do that. So I apologies if I made it seem like you guys do that. You guys do not do that. You guys understand that I'm excited for Snezhnaya, but also would like love more than anything a flashback stuff with the Fatui Harbingers.
And then one by one, they left without a word.
And then there's that change again, right?
Yeah, pretty annoying.
There's that change again, and Signora's gone for good. Just really amazing stuff. Oh, is that? That's the game with Columbina. Remember she got stuck in it? Oh my god, and we're actually walking into frame with her as well. Your bestie.
Of all my days with the Fatui, the times I spent with you, Arlecchino, and Rosaline, they were my favorite.
This is why that animated short was so important to have the 4 girls there. It's not that they don't love Tartaglia. It's not that they don't love Captain or respect him. It's that the essence of the girlhood that they all had together and the support and love that they had for each other was some of the most important and most informative days of all of their lives. It's so beautiful.
Goodbye, Sandrone.
Oh, and we know what's about to happen after this. This was the freaking Dotori thing. Smelly Dotori. Guys, I noticed that like there was 2 people not at the table for the tea party. Maybe it's because they smell.
Don't go, Columbina.
Oh, Sandrone.
We should have just said that. Why didn't we? If we had, Would the story have had a different ending?
That's so interesting as well, because again, from her, even though that wouldn't have changed things, the Tori was going to enact a plan no matter what. But it was also like a thing from like Sandrone's perspective, like if we change some stuff, could Rosalina still be alive? If we change some stuff, could Elan still be here? If we change some stuff, could Columbine have not have been trapped by Tori? Would I not have been destroyed? But I think what we're about to find out is like through this destruction that happened with you, Sandrone, like you actually like ended up, you know, in a way better place, or you're going to end up in a better place, and I can feel it.
She couldn't stay. There was no future for her here. She would have just faded away.
You can't beat yourself up over that as well. But it's obviously good to recognize that you could be like more, you know, forward with your emotions, of course.
You're right. I suppose that's why you call me an anomaly.
Oh, it's so cool. Now you look side by side, it's like, yeah, the color tone, even the hair tone is different. I did notice the hair was different, but I just thought that's because they were doing more detailed now that she's like a character.
Every time you make a decision, there's a voice inside your heart. My voice, asking to contradict all logic and reason. Why didn't we make her stay? Is it worse to fight for something just to lose it? Or not to have fought at all?
That's, again, that lines up with all the conversations here as well. The idea of like, it lines up with everything. The idea of like, oh, it's gonna end anyway, so who cares, right? That's what we were talking about before. And in this sense, it's like, well, if you don't fight at all, you lose, right? That's a character I know that like I don't respect on a personal level, but like I know they said at one point when I did respect them, said, you know, if you're not fighting, you're losing. You know, you have to fight. You have to be in the game to lose, to win or lose. You know.
Don't you find it unfair? One by one, we keep losing the things we care about the most.
It's life.
But in the end, whether I want to fight for something or cry over all we've lost, you just push it down and pretend not to hear.
And that is kind of like pushing your feelings down as well, again. Oh, and that's after the fight with the Tori as well, with Paulina as well. Yeah, like again, the idea of pushing down our emotions, right? This is something that like I feel like is very common for Sandrone as well. Sandrone craved like, you know, care and life, but I think she was always afraid of losing things as well, and afraid of that if she did like care for stuff and she did like, you know, care for people the same way she cared for a lot openly, even though she wanted to, she was going to lose those people in the end. 5-seated Tori again.
And now, even Polonia, the other half of Elen's legacy, the last remaining member of our family. Even Polonia is no longer with us.
And that's again referencing, you know, like all the people that they've lost, like even Polonia, sorry.
I did everything I could, but it's just like Elen always said. Polonia was one of a kind. There was no replicating what he managed to create. Don't you feel like our connection to the past is fading bit by bit? Like, even the things we have left are slowly slipping away.
Like, because people are dying, that's also our connection is dying. But I think if you carry on those emotions and memories, you can still hold on to that connection, right?
I suppose. But you can't move through life without having to say goodbye.
Yes.
And even as we experience loss,
Yes.
there are always new things to be gained.
Oh my god, hearing her say this gives me chills. She just, again, Alana will be so happy.
Ever so logical.
I mean, I think it's also like emotional too, though, right? I think that's like a very good connection with emotions as well, to understand that, like, again, it is logical, yes, to understand that new things will be gained, but also on an emotional level, you understand that you will cry again, you will be sad again. But again, I understand why it is logical. It's logical to understand that you will gain new experiences. But I think whenever someone says to me, like, you know, when they go through a breakup, I'm like, I always say the same thing where, like, if it was a bad relationship and the person was bad or whatever, I usually say the same thing, which is like, it hurts now. 2 weeks time, the horizons are going to look beautiful. You know what I mean? The sun is going to feel better. The wind is going to feel better. The world feels better. You know, the world feels new and fresh. Possibilities feel so brand new and fresh. And I think that's what's so, like, while it is logical to say that, because again, things will get better, I also think it's emotional in a way too. Maybe I'm like, you know, that's my perspective anyway.
What's your take then? It feels like the more I care about something, the faster the world takes it away.
Oh my god, and that's maybe why she hides her emotions for people a lot of times too, because maybe it's like again, it is like a thing, like it's a psychological thing of like, if I say I like someone, they go, you know, like that's painful.
It sounds so stupid, but I can't help it. That's the hand life has dealt me time and time again.
Jesus. And you know the song, Liars Club by Coheed and Cambria? The line in the song goes, what did we do to deserve this? Everything seems broken when we look at it that way. And that line hits me so hard because like as soon as you start asking the question of like, what did I do to deserve this? What have I done to make this wrong? Why is it my life? Why is it me? Why is everyone leaving me? Why is it this? And as soon as you do that, everything then that happens seems like is out to get you. I'm not saying that some people do have people that are just out to get them all the time. I want to make that clear, you know. But in this case, one of those things where like with Columbina, sorry, not Columbina, with Sandrone, where Sandrone is saying to themselves, whenever I get close to someone, they die. That's chance. That just happens by chance that Paulina died. At one point, Columbina was going to leave as well. Alan left. You know what I mean? Signora died. These are things that happen in anyone's life, that could happen in anyone's life. But from the perspective of Sandrone, who already keeps himself closed in, it is a feeling of like, well, it's like almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like if you think that people are going to leave you because you died, then when eventually they do leave you, even though it's because it's just a chance thing that happens or a thing that happens with life, you're going to believe that it is destined to happen because of who you are, because that's already what you believed before. You don't leave any openings for it to just be something that's just like, that's life. I know that that's life can seem harsh, but I'm not meaning it in a harsh way. Just life happens where like people will leave, people will die, people will become friends with you again, and those people will leave again. You drift apart, you go to different social circles. Things happen all the time.
Why even fight for something that's just going to be lost in the end? Better to never have had
Not
it
even
at
nearly
all.
true.
Better if it would all just disappear.
Not even nearly true. Not even nearly true. Every single friend that I have, like, again, when I see them, I still say hi, but like, you know, when you're friends with your teenagers, every single friend that I've had, I know it's different from dying. I understand that. I would never ever trade the time that we had, even though it hurts sometimes to think like, oh man, like, I'd love to be with them again. You know, I'd love to have that time again. It was such a beautiful time. I'm grateful.
Dark, I know. But the heart wants what it wants. Maybe the stellar linchpin appeared because of me. Because of what I wish for.
Because you wish to never be close to someone?
I don't think so. Yeah, probably not. What an anomaly wants goes against all logic and reason after all. Well, go ahead and do what you came for. You're here to resolve the anomaly, aren't you? Yes. What's it gonna be? Keeping me imprisoned here like before?
I'm so interested to see where this is going to go as well. It's very painful. Again, I want to make it clear. I don't want to ever compare, like, because I feel like sometimes when I do my analogies for my life, it feels like I'm like being like, it's just like me for real. I have not gone through what Sandrone is. I'm just always trying to make again, it's my own thought process. It's not me, I'm explaining to you guys like, hey guys, sit around and let me explain to you. It's more me expressing my thoughts and understanding my own thoughts and what I feel about it. And then like, if I can express that to you and then you guys can give your thoughts or you resonate with my thoughts, that's a good feeling, right?
Or eliminating me entirely. Like debugging a code. That might actually be a mercy.
This anomaly does not see any value in life.
I don't care. I just don't want to experience the pain of loss ever again.
Oh, and you can totally understand that feeling, right?
Go ahead. I'm ready.
Whoa. Act 2? An animated cutscene Act 2? This is stunning. Wait. She shattered the glass? Oh my god, no, no, no. What the hell? It's like she's hugging the emotional side of her, all the memories as well. And there's a lot. It's like she's hugging. Oh no.
Why? Why do we keep losing everything we care about?
It's beautiful, but it's brutal. It's so
I know
beautiful.
it hurts, but that's life.
It is life. Oh.
I wish.
I know. I've always known.
Oh my god, man.
Because we've been one all along.
Oh my. I just got so many chills as well. The logical side and emotional side coming together and connecting as one. No longer having that discord of trying to like bottle down those feelings and like hide those feelings, hiding those emotions, hiding that care. It's not always just about being logical. That discord can disappear once you realize that that's a part of life, being logical and being emotional. It doesn't have to fight each other. It could be one thing. That was one of those beautiful things ever to heal themselves, for Sandrone to hug the more emotional side of themselves. The darker side that looks about the people that have been lost and feels that there's no point of even moving on. Coming at this from the perspective of the new Sandrone, be able to hug them and become one. It almost like is like something we all wish we could do in some cases, which is healing the child within ourselves, healing the other part of ourselves. And Sandrone was able to do it. That was so beautiful.
Oh, Sandrone!
That was stunning as heck.
I'm fine.
How beautiful.
It's okay to cry, you know.
It's so okay to cry. That was so stunning.
Cry? You've got to be kidding me. Save the comforting for someone who needs it, Paimon.
Just now, that was...
The emotional side of my core algorithm. My emotion module has always been fully developed and operational. Alen tried to tell me that too. I've just chosen to ignore her voice all this time.
That's what I saw it as too, like the idea of the emotional side. Yeah, because it was very clear that's the emotional side, because they explained it that way, like, you know, it's the emotional side. I thought of also maybe the darker side, the more like maybe like depressed side, but like it's the emotional side. Because of fear of loss. That's so interesting too. The logical side pushed out the emotional side all the time through a fear of loss. And Columbina picked up on that a long time ago at an emotional level, not just on like a computing level, but yeah.
I suppose. Huh. Come to think of it, it's kind of like the aquarium on the ship.
Oh yeah?
The aquarium?
The old me took one look at it and saw something I would inevitably lose. So I stopped putting in the effort.
Oh yeah, because we talked about this analogy before, right? We talked about it just like just there.
Then, one by one, the fish all swam away, and the place became even more bleak and depressing. Pretty pathetic, right?
Don't say that. A lot of people would feel the same. It just shows how much you care about what you have.
Oh, that's a beautiful way to put it, Paimon. That's a beautiful way to put it. What about now?
Now? After seeing what you've done with the aquarium, I have to admit, I think it's beautiful.
Me not doing anything with the aquarium, maybe like... No, it's still a beautiful one, because again, we have to picture that there is something there.
It's like you said. We get to keep the things we gain along the way. And those are things that can never be replaced.
Oh my god.
Because we choose to hold them in our hearts.
Because like here's the thing, right? Like I was tearing up so much, but it was happiness as well from what happened with Sen. And I don't know, I was like full on, like there was tears rolling down my face during the moment with that cutscene with her hugging herself, but it was happiness, right? And I feel like, you know, it wasn't like a devastation, it was like a really beautiful happiness that I was feeling for her. And now like I'm like, you know, calming down, we're calming down, and then I see this photo in the background, intentionally put that photo in the background. There's no way that they don't put it in the background. The idea of keeping things along the way. The idea of Alan's regret about Renee as well.
Well said.
So beautiful.
Besides, I've already died once. I'd be stupid not to make the most of this second chance.
Yes, and about your wish. This is the gift, right? About your wish.
Right. Earlier you, or your inner self, mentioned something about her wish. What was it?
You think that's something you can just ask and I'll tell you? think again.
Oh, we're not getting the insider information.
I may have accepted my emotional self, but I'm not about to go all soft and mushy on the inside and pour my heart out.
No, that's what we love. I always say this about our characters too. It's the same thing with Vaughn. Like I love that he's become softer, but I don't want him to I don't want it to change like the more aggressive side of himself. I want Sandrone to still be themselves. Yeah, still the same old Sandrone.
That said, taking a step in the right direction couldn't hurt. Starting with cleaning some old aquarium tanks of my own. Huh? Metaphorically speaking,
Yeah,
I mean.
metaphorical.
Come on, let's head back to the ship. I need to talk to that shaman.
See, Lolly? So yeah, the line of like taking a step in the right direction couldn't hurt, starting with cleaning some old aquarium tanks of my own. So it's a metaphorical cleaning she wants to do as well. That was an insanely beautiful moment. As I said, it wasn't like, to me, like, I feel like, you know, in the saddest of moments, in the moments that, like, you know, feel like we're losing something, or like, say, like, you know, in, you know, Honkai Star Rail, like, recently I was dying in one of the episodes because it felt like, you know, there was like an ending to like something that was really painful, right? But it was also beautiful at the same time too. This is a different feeling, right? I feel like I'm in a much better place after that, where I don't feel like heavily like emotional. Obviously I still feel it in my throat and I still feel like, you know, the tears on my face, but I think it's a more beautiful kind of like, I'm happy. You know what I mean? There's not even an ounce of sadness there, because it's the best possible outcome that you could have for Sandrone. There's no pain. There's no pain in that. And I feel like that's why, like, I'm gonna be able to like record the rest of this episode perfectly. I feel euphoric. I feel like I'm on a cloud. I really do. I'm more than happy with that. I'm more than happy with that. Because like the opposite example I would give all the time. Again, I know I'm talking about like my own emotions here, but I obviously, guys, like, here's the thing. Like, you might be like, how can you like assess your own? Like, it's more like assessing it. Kind of like, I edit my own videos, so I know the difference. I see different. I've had to edit myself crying some more times than you can count. And like, say at the end of Natlan, for example, like that moment when you hug Paimon was an emotional build-up of so much sadness and loss and devastation, and this feeling of finally getting back together. I was devastated. I was done. It was hard to record the rest of the episode, right? This is like very different, where it's like yes, we are attached to Sandrone, of course we are, but the feeling is all like, there wasn't like a devastating feeling like, you could say will or death, but I think even in this sense, we've come to terms with her being alive now as well. And we got to see her level up here a little bit and understand herself so much. I feel like it's, you know what I mean? It's a little bit different, and it feels like more happier than anything, you know? It's like, I'm gonna be able to record this with a fluffiness in my stomach, with a happiness in my stomach. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect. Is this only gonna be 2 acts? Because like, that was like, showing an animated cutscene act 2 is crazy.
Resentful lost souls?
Oh.
You couldn't get comfortable sleeping near the Opera Epicles, right? Well, I bet that's why. The Fountain of Lucine is where all the water in Fontaine gathers. So that's where the emotions within the water converge as well.
So it's because of the voices in the... Because we do know there are voices there after what happened with that evil guy, I forget his name. Vashir?
Hold on. If it's souls we're dealing with, feeling uncomfortable should have been just the beginning. I should have been able to hear their voices or something.
Is there some reason why you couldn't?
And under normal circumstances, I'm sure someone of your talents would have. The problem is, these souls are no longer complete.
Oh, okay.
Remind me how they ended up like that again? You mentioned something about them being split apart?
Yes, it's called soul severing. Renee of the Narcitzenkreuz Ordo came up with it.
I always say Narcitzenkreuz. Narcitzenkreuz.
After learning of Fontaine's impending doom, Renee thought if he could find a means for the soul to live on in perpetuity, it might ensure the world's salvation. Soul severing was the first step of his research.
So, just read over this again. Renee thought if he could find the means for the soul to live on perpetuity, it might ensure the world's salvation. So that was when he wanted to put everyone together, right? Remember he wanted to make a big soul blob?
Unfortunately, his theory of the 4 Orthants was imperfect at the time, and a failure along the way caused his physical form to dissipate. Jakob, another member of the Narzissenkreuz Ordo, sought to carry on Renee's legacy and restore his physical form. He even used some of the people who stood in his way as test subjects for his research.
Horrid.
By severing their souls?
Yes. After Renee successfully awakened, the two continued their research, and all the severed souls ended up merging into Renee's consciousness.
Yeah, so that's what we saw at the end, right?
After you saved Fontaine by turning Fontanians into true humans, these souls returned to the ley lines.
Yeah, and you remember that like whole thing as well. We did the Ordo quest after we saved Fontaine, so we got different dialogue and everything at the time. Because again, if you do the quest before you save all the people, then he says something different. But because we did the whole Fontaine quest, then did the Ordo quest, we actually got like this kind of like weird feeling where it was like Renee's whole goal was very pointless at the time because it felt like, oh, we've already done it. And Genshin made sure to bring that up.
But the souls severed before Renee awakened had nowhere to go, doomed to forever wander the waters of Fontaine as listless spirits.
Almost as if they exist outside the bounds of this world, unrecognized by the ley lines or fate. No wonder I couldn't sense them.
Breaking free from fate was also one of Renee's goals back then.
Not only that, but over time, they began to fuse with other entities. Their inner resentment lured in all sorts of evil beings, which corrupted and defiled them into nothing more than accumulations of filth.
I'm trying to read over this as much as possible here, but yeah, they accumulate over time. They began to fuse with other entities. Their inner resentment lured in all evil beings. Okay.
But the full transformation must have been recent. Otherwise, the Udex surely would have noticed.
So I might screenshot all this as well. Just go, like, there's no point in not having it, right?
Wait, no, he must know already. That would explain the underwater Melazine patrols.
Oh.
No wonder I kept running into officers from the Mara Chaussee Phantom earlier.
So he already knows something's up? So what we're saying here is, we're talking about the other souls that have, like, fused with other entities and lured in evil beings. So there is, like, that transformation was recent as well. So, like, so we can say that this is something that's only been, like, noticed recently, or that they are aware of. That's why they send people down here as well. But is that what we're saying? We're saying that, right? You were saying that there is, like, some accumulations of filth, these evil beings that have been lured in. The transformation is complete here as well. And Neuvillette has noticed this now as well.
In that case, let's go find Neuvillette and we can sort it out together.
So are we doing a whole different quest here now again? Like, is this the new line we're doing here? There's like the souls that didn't get freed from Renee at the time, right? The souls that weren't saved. Yeah, before Renee had awakened, turned into listless spirits that lured in evil spirits. So Neuvillette knows something about this as well. Okay, so this is kind of maybe going to be the Act 3 then?
No, not just yet.
No? Okay.
Why not?
For one, the diplomatic castle alone would be a nightmare. Even though I haven't reported back to Snezhnaya yet, I'm not planning to leave the Fatui anytime soon.
Okay, that makes one person. They're going to have like one Fatui Harbinger left if it wasn't for you leaving.
Besides, with me here, success is a done deal. Involving other people would just complicate things.
Okay, so we're not going to go to Neuvillette?
All I need is for Miss Seat Lolly to help pinpoint the location of this monstrosity. Think you can do it?
With my eyes closed. This is what I do. I'm a lot better at it than manning a desk, at least. But, how exactly do you plan on resolving this soul stuff? Even to me, there's no obvious answer. Seems pretty complicated, all things considered.
Just trust me. I have the perfect solution.
Oh, all right. If you're that confident, we'll follow your lead. Why the sudden interest in helping Fontaine with this, Sandrone? You never knew Renee and the others, right?
She knew Elan, though.
No, I didn't. And you're right. This problem has nothing to do with me. I wouldn't get within 10 feet of the Nartsitzenkreuz Ordo or its members. But, in his later years, Elan told me he regretted not helping his best friend when he needed it the most.
So she's gonna help Renee now?
He also felt sorry towards Marianne for being too lost in his mechanical research to look after her properly. If he were still with us, I think he'd do the same.
That's beautiful, Sandrone.
He might have a few choice words to say about it, but even after everything, he wouldn't leave his friend's mess for someone else.
Because part of what Elan wanted wasn't just to save Renee, but was also to stop him, right? So he could, in a kind of a metaphorical saving by stopping him. So maybe the mess that he left behind is something he would definitely want to clean up. That makes sense.
Friends shouldn't hold grudges or leave behind regrets. Fixing what happened between him and Renee was one of his greatest wishes. All I'm doing is fulfilling it in his stead.
You really do seem a little different now.
No, it's amazing. It's such an amazing turn. It really is.
You mean everything that just happened wasn't for nothing? Why, thank you for pointing out the obvious.
When Snark meets Snark. Giving those aquarium tanks a good cleaning, huh? So that's what she means. It's kind of like a metaphorical cleaning, but it's actually a literal, cleaning.
Just washing off the grime of the past. Turns out, a lot can build up after being ignored for so long.
This is incredible. She's acknowledging it. Yeah, she ignored all those, literally these spirits, right, that are luring stuff in, and then also the figurative nature of, or I guess more spiritual nature of her own mind, cleaning it up as well.
What's this about aquarium tanks all of a sudden? They go off on some grand adventure and what? Now they have their own private code? Stupid.
She's so upset. She's so upset. But again, she's the most adorable character ever now. This is the most adorable character in history.
All right then, Lolly. Tracking this thing down is up to you.
Huh? Oh, right. No problem.
You got this, Granny Eatsley!
You. Come with me to Hotel de Boer for a drink. Right now.
Why?
Why? Because I said so.
Okay, well, I'd love to go for a drink for you.
Miss Guillotin, I'll report back on the location tomorrow morning. Just need a drink or two first to bolster me up.
She heard us saying Granny Eatsley, and she said, no, you are future boyf. Come with me right now.
Well, don't let me keep you.
Even Sandrone's like, what's happening here?
All right.
Oh my god!
Time to go. I've got
Look at the
scores
animation.
that need settling.
Oh my god, that's so cute. That's so cute. Oh, so there will be an Act 3. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I thought there wouldn't be, but then we had the new storyline coming up as well. Guys, that was the cutest thing in the world. The whole she, as soon as she said you can do it, Granny Eatsley, she said, get to the pub. We're going drinking right now. Her fancying of the traveler and their date that they went to all this stuff to is always one of the most charming things in the world. Honestly, I'm rooting for them. I really am. View Marionette's picture. Ah, so cute. Wow. You can definitely see Sandrone and Marianne and Sandrone, right? I feel like you can see it 100%. Yeah, 100%. Don't know why I did that.
Listless, abandoned souls. An accumulation of resentment and filth.
And it's so interesting that the story is about resentment, right? Too. Guys, this is awesome. This is so awesome. And I mean, I hope the next act is just us going to the pub with Seed Lolly. You know what I mean? It should be. If you really think about it, it should be us going to the pub with Seed Lolly as well. It should be. See, now that I know there's like, I was gonna check the splash screen art because I haven't gone into the menu to the left yet. I was going to check out the splash screen art, but now I'm kind of worried to check out the splash screen art because again, if this is a thing where we're going back to like Ordo stuff, like for real Ordo stuff, like and stuff left by Renee, there could be some big amalgamation, like gigantic goopy boss battle or something we have to fight. And I don't want to like have that show up on the screen. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be in the background like, as everyone's like, you know? So I definitely like think that I want to be able to see that for myself as well. Let's go find a place to chat about all this, guys, and then I'll come back next week with more of this. And then what we're going to do after that, next week as well, which is going to be the Sunday video next week. If there are Sandrone trailers and teasers, we'll watch them. I know I usually build them up, but like, here's the thing. It's one of those things where like, if we have a spare time to do them, we might as well just do them. A little short burst of video, you know, a little short, tiny video. Because I think that's one of those things where like people love the long videos, and the analytics show this like on my channel. Like people love the long videos. But then there's also like people who are like, yeah, sometimes it's just like a short burst of Calvin. You know, it's like, okay, let's do a short video every once in a while, you know? Yeah, YouTube goes like, oh yeah, if you're curious about it, YouTube goes like, yeah, people love the long videos. If I do a shorter video, people still like them, but YouTube like shows me that like people love settling in. They love again, and I understand. I'm not saying that people love me. I'm saying that like are trying to be arrogant about it. I know what that, because then like, when Kyle, one of my favorite streamers, Kyle Bosman, he does like a freaking when one of my favorite streamers does like a full like 8-hour stream and I get to watch the VOD, that's awesome. You settle in, it's cozy, right? So I totally get that. You know, I totally get that. Okay, let's warp out of here because I don't want to activate the next mission just by accident, just because again I can talk for a living. You know, I do talk for a living actually. So this was always like one of the spots I used to talk at times too. So it's actually not a bad spot. How about now? Do you want to be forgiven for the... Okay. So, I actually think that what happened there at the end there was actually like a really cool idea.
My time with the
I forgot I still have to do this because then poor...
weapon is worse than not carrying one at all.
You know, I love hearing from Navia, but obviously, like, I think people have told me that it can kind of get kind of like annoying if like the character keeps talking while I'm talking. But yeah, people are like, I want to hear Navia, Calvin, shut up. But I really like love that what they did for the last part of this is that they created a new villain, kind of like that was an old villain, but they did a thing where it was like, okay, now we have something else to clean up, which is like this, like these lost souls that have accumulated and solidified and learned some evil stuff. And that's the thing we have to stop now. And instead of like, if all of a sudden, if you did that in any of your quests, we were like, oh, it's Billy Jack Jojo. And you're like, who's Billy Jack Jojo? It's like, he's the new villain. You'd be like, what? You know? But the fact in this, it's related back to the history of Sandrone, the history of the Ordo, the Kreuz Ordo, the history of all this stuff here as well. It actually like works out a lot. It works out so much. You look at the little thing. Adorable. It's not a sudden change. What it is, it's the story of Sandrone accepting the final gift from Alan and then giving Alan one final gift as well, which is the gift of being able to get rid of the feeling of regret that Alan had before he left for not being able to stop. Here's the thing, I love the way they say this, by the way. I love that it's not just like, oh, Alan said, I wish I could have helped Renee, because of course he would have, but also stop Renee, because he also believed that as a form of helping. And that to me is what's so special about this too, is the fact that he can say, I wanted to stop him, because that is helping him. That would be stopping him from getting to the point that he got to, and he never was able to do it, and that's a regret that he had. So Sandrone being the one to be able to stop this, I feel like is literally just a timeline of this. It's Sandrone is created by Alan. Alan wants Sandrone to have her own life. builds her with emotions, a heart, all these different things that a human would have. He puts something in her that if she dies, she would have the chance to live again, and then she would find the workshop, and then how do I say it? She'd find the workshop and then find this object that would help her look inside her own heart and clear the dissonance between the emotional side and the logical side of herself, thus letting her move forward, understanding her own emotions and embracing her own emotions and not bottling them up and shoving them down anymore, so that she can now become the new version of herself, the reborn version, which is what he wanted. The gift to her was a reborn version of Sandrone, that she was able to become a new person and be able to live her life, and that's what he wanted all along. This has been a line since the start. You've seen it since the start. He wanted her to like think for herself, write down stuff for herself, document things so that she can say what's important to her, acknowledge what's important to her so that she could be a functioning part of society for herself. Every question that was asked of that she asked of him, he always answered with a way that made her feel like she was like a real person, that she was actually able to live her own life as well. And as you said before this, Sandrone was bottling all this stuff up. She didn't want to see this stuff. And then once she got this idea of being able to clear that dissonance and the discord between the emotional side of herself and the logical side of herself, truly embracing this new future version of herself, she now accepted the gift from Milan and now wanted to give him a gift back, which is to clear him of the regrets that he had, so that she can clear up this like whatever's happening with these different souls that like didn't get to like be saved, and so that in the end the regrets that were had by Alan can be dissipated. And I also think it's a sense too where it's like she didn't have any like emotional connection to the other members of the Ordo. She didn't have any like of these feelings towards everyone in the Ordo. But I do think that like the final gift from Milan to Sandrone is now being returned from Sandrone to Elan as well. And you could also see it as what Columbina said before too, which is that Columbina said that she acts like she doesn't want to be in front of the Maelstrom, but she is the first person to be there as well. She'd be the first person to be in front of the tornado, the bad guy. She's the first person to protect people. She acts like she didn't care, but she actually loved people quite a bit too. That's kind of like the basic understanding of why I think that this whole jump to, okay, now we have to stop this thing that Renee started actually works, because it relates to Sandrone's character. It relates to now her accepting herself and not just accepting herself, but also trying to like save other people and remove the regrets that her father had at one point as well. It really does feel like she's moving so powerfully so forward. It's a really amazing story, like even beyond like the ending part of like, oh, we have to stop all these creatures as well. Which again, we can read that here as well, because I actually like, not that I don't think we need to read too much into it, but they talked about it here as well. When Renee successfully awakened, the two continued research, and all severed souls ended up merging into Renee's consciousness. That's what happened with Jacob as well. After we saved Fontaine, the Fontaines became true humans, and those returned, and the human souls returned to the ley lines. But the ones that severed before Renee even got to awaken didn't get that chance. They existed beyond the bounds of the world. They're not recognized by the ley lines. They then were luring in evil from the resentment and were corrupted, and then defiled them and turned them into accumulations of filth. And since it's only been recent, that's why Nouvelette's been looking out for this as well. And so that she wants to be able to stop this accumulation of filth as a way to like remove the regrets from Renee as well. We have the other lines here as well, which we took a screenshot of this also. Yeah, this is just about like their idea of what they had as well, about stopping the floods. They talk about severing the souls as people as well. This was... What's this one? Oh, this is about the visions, right? This is Himiko. So that's what we got there as well. And I actually think it's a really good way of like, adding on to the Act 3 and still making a tie back into the story as well. The story of Sandrone is absolutely beautiful. And getting to witness it through something that like we have noticed since the start of her character is something that's very, very special. Since we met Sandrone, she's been a character who's been prickly, has been tough. And let's not beat around the bush here, guys. One of the things about the Fatui you always have to understand is that like they are dangerous. They can be very dangerous. They are not just ragtag. They are legitimately, sometimes some people see them as insane. Let's not forget that Sandrone ripped out someone's tongue to say sorry to us. Like, this is like, and that's what I love about them, though. Not ripping out of tongues, you know. It's not like I'm like, oh, when I want to find a friend, I wanted them to be kind, loyal, trustworthy. They help you out. They're funny. They rip out people's tongues. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, like, we take the good and the craziness and the good when it comes to Fatui Harbingers, right? We know Signora did bad. We know that Tartaglia at one point was going to do something absolutely insane as well. We know that Sandrone ripped out people's tongues. We know that, like, the captain has probably done things that are immoral in the past too. But and the knave has done stuff. Yeah, we know this stuff, right? We had a problem with the knave and the whole thing with Farina as well. But we take with the characters that we love in the Fatui Harbingers, we take the good and the bad. I want to make clear as well. I've said this before. I've already said in the comments as well. I know someone's going to say, well, you acknowledge that they did bad. Then what about the Tory doing bad? You love him. Different levels. I've talked about this a million times. I'm not going to talk about it again. That conversation goes out the window. I'm not going to be answering questions like that. But I just want to put that here just so people are aware. If people are asking this question right now, I don't answer those questions anymore. I've talked about it at great lengths why it's all different and it's all different levels. Yep. Sorry. That won't be answered. You can just go back and look at the other videos and search for the name Dotori in the transcripts. But yeah, it's one of those things where, like, yeah, we take the good and the bad. And, like, but Sandrone, since we met her, she's been a character that legitimately has been someone who you could tell cared. You could tell wanted to care. You could tell wanted companionship, whether it be, like, you know, when Columbina showed up and, like, she was, like, trying to pretend she wasn't excited, where she was having fun having tea with the knave. When we saw in the animated short recently how she so desperately wanted to have tea with these characters, but obviously at the same time too, she was like kind of like a bit like standoffish, because again, we found out why in this episode too, why she was so standoffish, and it makes perfect sense now. But she's always been that character that wants companionship but is too afraid to reach out her hand. And that's been true since the second we met her. This whole story here is a culmination of the second we met her back in the day. I mean, maybe not the second, because we met her and she was like threatening us, but like the second she encountered Columbina, we could say as well, is when she started doing that, because she saved people's lives during that time. She was one of the people that stood in the front lines in the fight as well. She acted like she didn't care, but she really did. She loved the bickering and the fun she had with Columbina, even though she pretended she didn't. All those things tie into the story that is now, which is her fear of loss, her fear of losing people. Because she has gone through life seeing herself lose Elan. She had to stand there as Arlecchino said that she lost Signora. Columbina left at one point and left her back in the Fatui Harbingers, where she was felt more alone. Arlecchino was gone on a mission where she was not near her whatsoever. Tartaglia, by the sounds of it, it's like Tartaglia hasn't been back in a long time, right? The captain's gone. Right? There's Polina is gone. And again, she also died herself, right? She died at 1.2, Sandrone. And all these losses that take place, they have led her to believe that trying, or at one point led her to believe that trying, the emotional side of herself led her to believe that trying was no longer worth it. Because if you fight and you try and you make friends and you find new loves and new companionship, eventually it's all going to leave you. But the messaging in this whole story has been the idea that even though something is fleeting, it doesn't make it any less special and something any less meaningful. Just because something will eventually leave doesn't mean it's something that you can't love dearly. And yes, it's sad to hear about the stories about how, like, towards the end, Elan hated music, and towards the end that, like, Elan, you know, could barely, like, you know, function as he used to, you know what I mean? And all those things are very sad. It's sad to hear about the loss of Signora. It's sad to hear about the loss of, like, a friend and all this stuff is painful. It's so painful, but it's also like you have to be so, and it's easy to say for someone, like, from my perspective, to be like, you have to be so grateful for the times you had. It's not gratefulness. It's more just being like, as Sandrone said herself, that's life. And the times that you have with these people are so special that they're not erased just because that person dies. You know, they're not gone just because this person dies. And Sandrone had to come to terms with it. But that's why it was so hard for her to reach out her hand to people. That's why. Even at the time with the tea parties and stuff, because she already lost Elan, so she was worried about losing other people. When she lost Sandrone, when she thought she lost Columbina, all these things, she legitimately had this feeling all the time of, like, if I reach out my hand to grab that person's hand right now, if I showed them my affection, if I showed them how much I care, I'm going to lose this person. And actually, it's a very psychological thing, right? Where I think it's like one of those things, you know, when people think, like, if I do this bad thing's going to happen, right? That can happen sometimes, but I don't think it's that. I think it's like OCD, which is very serious. But I'm talking about, like, you know, a prophecy almost that you fulfill yourself in your head, which is like, you hit your elbow in the morning, you then hit your knee off the table, you lose your keys, and then your milk is spoiled, right? All these things. Instead of this just being 4 normal things that happen in life, because it's like 4 deaths and then like people leaving and more deaths than that as well, of course, in a lot of ways, your brain's going to maybe go to like, this is just me. I'm unlucky. I'm the unlucky one. When in reality, just like, that's just what happens in life. It's just, it is. And it's painful to think of it that way, but that's the way Sandrone was thinking, and that's what was hard for her to reach out her hand. Alan wanted a life for Sandrone where she could choose her own path, where she could be happy, where she could have friends and new experiences and taste food and have loves and desires and things she disliked. But as long as she got to choose for herself, even in those moments when he desired so desperately for her to be reborn in this new version of herself, instead of being like, do this, he said, you can choose not to do this. I want you to choose for yourself, because he loved this gal so much. That was his daughter. He adored her with all of his heart, and all he wanted for her was for her to be herself. The smartest person she's ever known, the most beautiful family member he's ever known. And I would say as well, out of all the things that Alan regrets, because Alan, like, to me is one of the most amazing people in the history of Genshin. He is. But of all the things that he regrets, there isn't an ounce of regret for the creation that is Sandrone. I'm going to make myself cry. I'm making myself cry. And I think he should be proud. As he said, she is not only just the greatest masterpiece, but also he sees her as like a real human. Creating Sandrone was his favorite thing that he's ever done. And he should be proud. He should be. Because what has not only happened here unintentionally, so he's created a machine that like will go on and then save people's lives. He's also created a life that like now believes that life is worth living. Now that believes making experiences is worth it. Not only that, but helping others is worth it, and openly acknowledging that they want to help other people is also worth it too. He has really created, again, Alan has done this since the beginning. The mecha stuff is very amazing, right? It's amazing stuff. It's a net positive, I feel like, for Fontaine in my view. And he can sit there, understandably so, and feel like, I should have saved my friend. But the fact, mathematically, yes, it is a horrible thing. If you talk about percentage-wise, it is a horrible thing percentage-wise, where it's like, I couldn't save my friend. That feeling is awful. But I wish I could talk to Alan right now and say, creating Sandrone saved so many people's lives. And not only that, but inspiring Sandrone is going to save even more people's lives. You nurturing and creating a soul that went on to be their own person, have their own heart, saved more people. And here's the thing, all Alan wanted to do was save one life, and that was Sandrone. To let her be reborn, let her be her own person, let her create her own soul. And in the process of this, he probably didn't intend this and probably didn't care about this aspect because he just wanted her to be herself. Alan, is factually and has factually, indirectly, saved many, many people's lives. Incredible stuff. Really incredible. But again, that's not what he cared about. He obviously wanted to save people's lives, but he cared most about Sandrone getting her own life and making her own choices and being her own person. He wanted her to live her own life, and he was able to get that as well. Because the timeline is, as I said, she died right in front of Dottore that time. Something activated inside of her that was given to her by Alan. That was part of the gift. The whole gift, because I was like, oh, it's a gift and another part of the gift. And I think it's what it is. It's one big gift. It's part of the gift. Her coming back to life was a gift. Her then also finding this other part of the gift that would let her see her heart was another part of the gift. He wanted her to be reborn physically to give her another chance at life because he knew that she would be someone who would sacrifice her life, and then wanted her to be reborn spiritually so she could be this version of herself. Get rid of the discord inside of herself and understand who she really is in that moment too. And this game really loves Sandrone, and I can tell they do because they've really struck gold with how to write an amazing character. And they do this all the time. They write amazing characters all the time, but as I said, from the start we felt this thing about Sandrone, but even moments like having Columbina say that she has a heart and say that she is someone who does care about other people. Reading Sandrone like a book, right? 100%. Having the moments where Columbina still senses Sandrone, showing that power that their bond has is so powerful that even in these moments she was able to sense exactly where she was. Not exactly, but she was able to sense she was around the place. But obviously without the Kavaka she can't sense exactly where she was, but twice she was able to sense her now as well. Having the tea party stuff by showing this amazing, oh my god, amazing tea party section, showing that like Tartaglia understands Sandrone, right? Where he's like, I told you she wouldn't mind, because again, Sandrone is someone who likes companionship but is afraid to ask for it. The captain understanding Sandrone as well, you know, apologizing to her, making her feel like, okay, I'm sorry, but I think the captain are also understood like, hey, Sandrone's gonna let us in here as well. Sandrone's amongst this crowd of like rambunctious characters. Like, you can't get more ragtag than the Fatui Harbingers, but still she is so happy because that is what she wants. She's always wanted companionship, she's always wanted friendship, but she's afraid to seek it out and afraid to accept it and afraid to speak it into the air, because if she does, she's worried she will lose these people. And again, we look at that animated short we just saw, because what was that animated short? When she had the best time ever with those three gals, that girlhood, that time that they had together at that tea party, what happened? Signora died literally weeks, days afterwards. Again, if she already thought at the time, whoever I love dies, she thinks I have this amazing moment where we all have this amazing time together, and Sandrone, and Signora dies. That's going to add to that mental anguish. It's going to reaffirm her feelings. I had this amazing moment with this person, and they died. The captain comes to our tea party. We have an amazing moment. He's gone. Haven't seen Tartaglia in a while. After that time as well, Columbina left. Everyone I love leaves. The knave and me don't hang out as much anymore. All that stuff was reaffirming. And we saw in that scene there, it was a beautiful scene where she wanted so badly this to happen. But she had to pretend she was fighting it because that was the whole point of her character. She could not open her heart because she was worried that whoever she let her into her heart dies or leaves or is gone. And it all started with Elan. And I love the analogy they use of the piano, right? Where she plays this piano was something that annoyed the absolute heck out of like Renee Elan in the final times of his life. And it's so sad to think of it that way, right? But after she left, she went seeking out a piano because obviously, even though it annoyed Elan, it reminded her of the past of her life too. And she found out that this wasn't something that was very common. This is something that was hers. And if you relate that back to the idea of the writing down of the notebook as well, it's about the importance of the things that you have in your life and what you deem to be important. The piano was important to them. That doesn't mean it's important to everybody else. Every memory is something that can be documented by Sandrone. That doesn't mean it's all important, right? The stuff that she writes down is the stuff that she sees as important. And I think the piano is a perfect analogy of that. The perspective of like, once she left that world, she realized, oh, that thing was my thing with me and Elan. That piano was ours. That memory was ours. That was something that was important to me. I'm going to cry again. And getting that perspective is so important because she can understand in that moment why he asked her to document all those things. Because the documentation of all those things shows that she's alive and she has her own loves and her own things she likes and her own things she cares about. The piano is an analogy or an example or even a metaphor for the idea that like some things that you deem to be a common thing, you know, are something that was given to you out of love or something that was your special thing. And that piano was that. Seeing the rest of the world and realizing, oh, me and Elan had something special. She probably thought, yeah, everyone's like this. Everyone has this life. Everyone has this thing. Everyone has that thing. No, it's like the stuff that you had with Elan was special and it meant something. Really fantastic stuff there. I love the way they use that piano there. I loved it. It's such a simple, small thing, but it works so well. It works so well. I think also as well, like, you know, Columbina's character and the way that they like, you know, mix with Sandrone was always such an important thing. And I think one of my favorite things was even like, you know, Sandrone never gave up. Columbina never gave up on trying to be friends with Sandrone because, and you can say, well, is Columbina that smart? Columbina is smart. It's just Columbina is also like airy fairy and like up in the clouds. Columbina can tell, I think, when someone actually does care. And I think Columbina could always tell when Sandrone actually did want to hang out. That's why, and even if not, Columbina cared about Sandrone. And here's the thing as well, right? You could say, if you want to take it from the other perspective, that Columbina didn't know that she wanted to hang out and Columbina was just being annoying, right? How perfect of a dynamic of a relationship is it? How perfect is that one side desperately wants to be friends with people but can't ask for it? The other side, in terms of Columbina, is so forward and has no social skills whatsoever that they force themselves to constantly come to the side of Sandrone. You know? It's almost like this introverted friend of called Sandrone who wants to be an extrovert, right? Desperately needs people to reach out for her, but she can't ask for it. Columbina, someone who's so forward and will go right up to you and punch you in the shoulder if she just met you, is constantly being like, we're friends, we're friends, we're friends, we're friends. And while like she could say that annoyed her, it's the perfect medicine, right? What do you mean I don't have to ask for companionship? In my mind, I don't want to ask for friendship. I don't want to take friendship. What do you mean that even if I don't ask for the friendship, which is what is the problem, the hurdle I'm getting out of my mind, the hurdle that is in my mind of getting across is so hard. The concept of accepting friends. What do you mean I don't have to accept friends? Columbina will always be there. Even when I don't want her, even when I say I don't want her to be there, she will still be there. How perfect is that? Having a friend that will meet you 95% of the way. And that's what she needed. That's what she needed. And she had that her whole time with Columbina. But now she's truly able to even appreciate it openly as well, right? For sure. It's not just Columbina. I think Arlecchino and Tartaglia also fits that bill too. I think the Fatui Harbingers are just weird people in the best way possible. So like, it's like, I think if you like your personal space, if you like your, your things to be yours, and you like the alone time, and you like to be around people that are normal and just quiet, don't become a Fatui Harbinger. You know what I mean? But if you're someone like Sandrone who like wants to pretend that they like quietness and they don't like hanging out with people and they don't want to reach out their hand and extend it out to make friends with people, how perfect is it that your friends are Tartaglia and Columbina and Rosalina, who is so forward and like very sure of herself that she just strolls right in. And the knave, you're not gonna say no to the knave. The knave's gonna come into your room anyway, you know what I mean, to sit down and have a cup of tea. Like all these people, and the captain's gonna be so polite that like he's gonna make it seem like it's not exactly your choice that he's here, you know what I mean? Even though he doesn't intentionally do that. So like the Fatui is the perfect companionship for Sandrone, because they are so forward without being forceful, and it makes it feel like she doesn't have to actually lift a finger to try and be friends with them, because they will be friends with her no matter what. It's like you can say, hey, I want to be alone. To that, you know what Tartaglia hears? Hey guys, we're being alone right now. Me and Sandrone, that's Tartaglia. You can say to Columbina, I want to be alone right now, even if you don't mean it. Columbina's going to stay outside your door and sing to you. You can say to Signora, I want to be alone now. Signora's going to ask you once again, is everything okay? And if you say, yeah, everything's fine, she's going to be like, okay, can you help me finish off this bottle? She's right. She's like that type of character. Can you help me finish this off? You're not going to say no to the knave, because the knave has such a presence to her. The captain, as I said, made it seem so polite and made it seem like it was his choice that he was staying there, even though it was her choice. She found a group of people that were going to meet her 95% of the way every single freaking time. Every time, And sometimes you need that. But I love the themes of Rebirth. I love the idea of like being reborn and her being a whole new person, and the connection that we have with the final gift, and her being able to cure the discord within herself. I really did love the all the stuff that was happening here as well. Sandrone as a character is so amazing to me, and this whole thing was so incredible to me. And getting to go into like the back into the Croix Ordo stuff without like going too heavy into it. Like I feel like even if you didn't play those quests, you could understand everything was going on. And have some respect for Alon and like all these characters as well, and the past and the stuff like this too. You can also get some fun out of the stuff with like the movie script stuff, and like the connection between Columbina and Sandrone. It's all there. It's all beautifully there. Here's the thing though, right? Unfortunately, this was a 10 out of 10 act for me, right? Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give it a 2 out of 10 because we didn't get to hear Navi say partner. I don't make the rules. That's literally like review code. I can get sued for malpractice as a journalist. They will take my journalist license away from me, if I don't give this a 2 out of 10, right? I give it a 2 because it did amazing stuff, but I got to give it like a 2. I can't give it higher than a 2 because, again, if Navi said partner in Act 2, it would have been incredible. You know what I mean? There's nothing I can do with that. Guys, this is incredible. This is insane to me that, like, this is our summer event, right? Because we can't get, like, Sesnaya is right across the corner. And here's the thing, right? Some people might say, but this isn't, like, very summery. What is more summery than filming and hanging out on a boat in the hot sun eating food, going for drinks with C Lolly. It's not traditionally like a summer event like last year or the usual stuff, right? But if this is our summer event, this is like modern summer, you know? Hang out with friends, cool drinks, a bit of food, meeting new people. It's summery in a weird way, right? It is, you know? And people might be like, well, Calvin, don't just accept it. You know what I mean? We can't just accept it. It's not summer event. To me, it is a beautiful summery feel. We're very close to Shishnaya. If you want to see these videos early, you can do so on YouTube members or on Patreon for €1 or whatever is in your currency. You get every single Genshin video early, and that means all the Shishnaya videos that are coming up as well. Those will be also early on YouTube members and Patreon as well in August. I know it's a bit away, but I'm just saying that's what happens with the Genshin playthrough. You get every single Genshin video early. And if you want to see your name go by in the text credits, which is going by right now, that is the chunky baby gangster tier at €10 on YouTube members and Patreon, and you get your name in every single video going by on the screen, just like as it is now. Usually going through the ending discussion to the final ending of the video as well. And if you want to hear your name be read out every single video, that is the highest tier on YouTube members and Patreon, and that is the Never Can Repay the Baby Gangsta tier, which is where you get your name read out every single video, shouted out verbally, and it's every single video for the entire time that you are pledged to the Patreon or YouTube members as well. And I added YouTube members a while back because a lot of people told me that like Patreon can be a bit finicky for them. Some people find Patreon easier. Some people find YouTube members be easier. But either way, it is always very, very, very thankful to get the support that I get from you guys. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you so much to my patrons first is the highest tier, that being Typharo 2, Jamie Bull, Janet the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Delicious Felix, Yuld, Anusta, Yassassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, Hyde Kasperian, Neo Shourites, Leah 200, Malcolm Hunday, Axler 21, and at the highest tier of my YouTube members, Blasco and Lucinagi. See you guys soon. Bye-bye!